Oh.
And we're live. And yeah, Chris for Gross Models, I have found the button. You cheeky bastard. Good evening and welcome to Saturday Night Live with Smoo and the crew. And apologies for my absence last week. And thanks very much for supporting Colin, who sort of had to pick it up at the last minute on his own. There's guys in the chat for about.
Someone got it on in the background there.
Can you check and see what you've got on in the background, guys? Sorry, a few technical difficulties. Oh, I think it's Davey, is it? You got it muted, mate?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone had it on. I could hear it too.
Yeah, no, mate, sorry.
There we go. Right, we're all sorted. So, yeah, aye, thanks for joining us. There's been guys sitting in the chat for like about 3 hours. I'm trying to remember who was actually, I think it was Spruce Surgeon that was in first.
Camping all week.
Yeah, so I just got, yeah, I've managed to get all the chat. So,
Junction was the first one in, and Bob as well, thermonuclear Bob.
Yeah.
Vampy as well.
That's right. Vampy, who else? Model Maker Dave, I can't know who that guy is.
Yeah. Johnny
Blythe, away from Down Under. How you doing, Johnny? Thanks for that message, by the way. Appreciate it. Stuart Bremner, what old chaps? Ray from Malta, how you doing, mate? Again, somebody called Spruce Surgeon, don't know who that is. GB's Models on, don't know who that is. Nigel's Mustang and Models is in.
Hello, guys.
Vampy's in. Right there.
Hello, Vampy.
Lee Barlow's in. How you doing, Lee? Who else have we got? We've got Fraser Green. Aye, all right, pal. Scottish pal. And Mr. Paul Shatland is in. Is Sue coming in this evening? He's giving it evening all.
Evening, Paul.
Who else have we got? Philip. Oh, Mickle Pickle. What's all this in?
Hello, Mickle. How you doing, Paul?
Who else have we got? Philip Gosling. How you doing, mate? Evening all. Thermonuclear Bobbington. Fish. I need more fish. Wait a second. I hate fish. Alrighty then. Expat Spain's in. How you doing, Expat?
Geez, how you doing?
Oh, he sounds as if he's set up for a night. Burger, pizza and fish and even beer. Just show me the Bushmills.
Oh, happy days, mate.
God, we're busy tonight. Jack just went whoosh. Who have we got next? Chris Henderson, evening all. Chris. And another Chris from Gross Models. Chris. Mark Scale Models is in as well. God, it's busy. We've got Frankie Goes to Hobbywood. God, they're all coming out the woodwork. And what is Gross Models going on about? Nobody needs too smooth.
Yeah, no one needs too smooth. One's bad enough, mate. Yeah, I know what you meant, Chris. I was paying attention, buddy.
I think that's just picking on Smoo already.
One Bernard Manning in the world is bad enough, let alone two of you.
Jared Zinn is going, sup, dudes. Grant 576. Oh, you nearly had it. 5, 6, 7, 8. My root. Sorry.
Oh, God, here he goes again.
Sorry.
No.
Grant. What else have we got? Paul Lloyd. How you doing, Paul? Nice to see you all. That's me caught up. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Some have been.
It's funny. I'm getting a touch of deja vu here, you know, because I'm looking at me with me bald head glasses and grey t-shirt, and I'm looking along at Mark, and I keep thinking, "Fuck me, I keep moving."
What's Danny?
Yeah, it's like just as well our boxes ain't next to each other. Actually, that sounds wrong.
I said box.
Yeah. Just
That's completely wrong.
Side by side because they think it's the fucking Cray twins or something.
5 minutes in, the show's went downhill. He's talking about their boxes being next to each other. Yeah, so I might as well introduce everyone that's here tonight. Obviously, you know that my right hand man, Mr. Colin Wilkinson of Fester 67's Workshop's in.
Hello, people.
And then we've got, yes. How many sheets have you got, John? We also have Oh, what are you calling yourself? Model Making Dave? Yes, it's Davey UK for those of you that knew his old name. How you doing, Davey?
I'm doing good. You?
Doing fine. And a guest this evening, becoming quite a regular guest, actually. Yes, it's Spruce Surgeon himself. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Mexican wave.
Yeah.
Well, can we try that? Right, wait now. Right, so it need to be me, then Mark, then Davey, then John, then Festa. Right, we're going to do the Mexican wave. Right, 1, 2, 3. Hey! Oh, come on, Davey. David's sitting under the stair going, I'm not doing that. I'm Harry Potter, I am. I'm Harry Potter. I'm under the stair.
I've got too much overhead, as in it might hurt my hands.
Actually, Dave Price, hiya Dave, how you doing? He was going to Thompson twins.
Yeah.
Thompson twins.
Oh, right. Oh, God. We've got about 37 viewers on, which is excellent.
No, I've got 38 now.
I'll tell you what, so that people can tell us I'll put me out on.
There you go.
Oh,
I've got a hat.
Pork pie hat. There you go. Pork pie hat. Pork pie.
It's not a pork pie hat, is it?
Oh, what have you got? You've got like some sort of fedora thing. What's that?
Oh, fuck me, it's Fox Mark II. Got a fake beard, have you?
No. It's a detective hat, isn't it? 1920s detective.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lambo, isn't it?
Yeah, just need the long coat and
Been a while since Cherry's had a hat wobble. He likes a hat wobble.
Yeah. I was just thinking, now you've got the hats on, I can't do a Kojak joke.
I ain't got a lollipop, have you?
Yeah. Who loves your baby?
no, I've got
Yeah.
a boiled sweet, but that's
Right, I'm just going to catch up, see who else is in. Paul's going to be all good to see you all. Vamp's going, if only Mark knew about water, huh? Water?
What?
Don't get that one. Brett's in. How you doing, Brett? Brett from High Altitude Scale Modelling. Good day, all. I'm watching from work. A nice break. Nice to see you in, Brett. Paul's going. Sue's sitting beside me, maybe on later. Got a Jason Statham film on. She's got the hots for him. Yeah, it's nice.
Jason Statham film. You would fucking slap. You would have slapped, didn't you?
Yeah, one of those handsome rugged dudes like you, Colin, eh? Now that you're all clean shaven and all that and all pretty.
Yeah. I stuck my head out the window the other day because it was a bit windy and all my hair, all three hairs stuck with the brickwork out. So
I thought that next door's cat might have just licked them off, Ken.
yeah, I had a bit of a beard on the go, and it's funny. Someone actually put a few coins through my letterbox because they thought we had taken in a tramp.
Oh, shocking.
Bad man.
Vamp's going triplets. Oh, yeah, because John's follically challenged as well.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to say anything sitting here with my full manly hair, which is receding a bit.
Oh, my full manly hair, my arse. You got a comb over, mate. Looks like a fucking Brillo pad on the front of your head.
I'm having more face to wash every day, you know, as it sort of recedes back.
I was going to say, you got an M25 appearing on there, haven't you?
With his little bottle of hair thickener on his bathroom shelf. I know, I've seen it.
Yeah, well, I'm growing my armpit hair long so I can do a proper comb over.
He sits there like that, Mark, trying to fan it out across the room.
yeah.
Charles Hellman's in. He's going, howdy, Smoo. Thanks for joining in. God, we're up to 39, 38. We're doing all right tonight.
Yeah.
Paul Sharpman took his message away. Fraser has an announcement.
Oh, what's the announcement, Fraser?
Yeah,
You've got a new video on your channel. You've won the lottery.
I've just bit the inside of my mouth. To those sub to me, my laptop shut itself and I had to factory reset it, which lost all my current planned uploads. Oh, so he was going to upload stuff.
Mate.
But his computer.
I use, oh God, it's data recovery, mate, is what I use.
And you've managed to get a lot of stuff back off the failed hard drive.
Yeah, I've got a piece of software that might be able to help you, mate. So back me an email or a messenger.
It's a shame to hear about your computer, mate. Bobbington was going, a fox hat. Yes.
Is it Windows 10? Is he using Windows 10?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because if he is, it actually makes a copy before it erases it. And it'll be under Windows old.
yeah.
Mm.
Folder Windows old, yeah.
Dave Price is going, Trilby. Bobbington said, a hat I want. This is my teeth back, Colin. I had a hat once. I lost it. Okay. Oh, a new person in tonight. Robert Justin, how you doing? Hi from down under in Australia. We're up to 41. Oh, are we going to break the record tonight? Can we go for 50? A lot of Australian viewers in. Vamp's going, yeah, water. Never drink water because of fish. Because fish peel it. Is that what you're on about, Vamp?
Fish out of water.
Oh, I ain't got a clue. I don't know.
I have no idea what he's on about.
Bildra Models Mike Horns is in. Mike, if you're set up for camera and that, mate, as long as you remember to turn off what you're watching in the background, ping me a message and I can send you a link and we'll get Mr. Hornsey in because he's an interesting chap. You all right with that? We'll get Mr. Hornsey in. Is that Colin's twin brother? He's going. Charles Hellman's going. There's BRM. I don't know what that is. BRM. Stands for something.
BRM.
I should say that Vincent was in just before we went live. He's away out with his lovely lady tonight, so I don't know if he'll be back in later on. But Vincent from Mr. Lost Model Making is away out. He's probably getting his willy wet.
You just had to put that one in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's Saturday night.
Bernard Manning's in.
Yep.
Willie could be the name of his pet dog.
Yeah.
What, Bernard?
He's taking him for a walk in the rain.
Yeah. I saw what you did there, Mark. That was good.
Yeah.
Good
saved.
Yeah.
That was an attempt of a recovery, then.
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? I'm pretty impressed, mate.
Davy Price has been a little bit cheeky. He's actually saying Smoo hair, Trump style. No, I've not got the big.
Yeah, it's a bit like a little Brillo pad stuck to the front of his head. He's fooling no one, mate.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Brillo pad.
No, he's got a slip road for the M25 going.
Yeah. It's like a little fucking shreddy stuck to the front of his head.
At least Trump's picking up from me. He's going, make the Smoo hair do great again. Yeah. Charles Herman says he's got to convert water to alcohol to drink it. Oh, you got a wee bit of moonshine going on there, mate. Yeah.
That sounds dodgy. Oh, that was my head.
Well, mind your head on that, whatever it was. See, he's under the stair. He's really Harry Potter, and all these things keep hitting him on the head. What's Vamp saying? He's talking to Chris in chat at Gross Models. Even if you take the fish out, it's still water where fish was in before. So the poop and shit in the water, but the filter it, mate. Oh, maybe no in South Africa, right enough. Charles Hellsman's away. His dinner's ready. You all have fun. Thanks for popping in. God, it's busy. Paul Lloyd, it's because of what fish do in water, Smoo. It begins with F. Do they fart and do wee bubbles in that? Or are you on about the sexual thing?
Oh, Bernard's back.
Is he back? Who, me? All right.
Well, you're the only smarty one around here.
Mike saying he can't stay along making dinner. Nice to see you in, though, Mr. Hornsey. And he's Mr. Hornsey saying, Colin, you are looking well. He is looking rather dapper tonight with his hat.
Yeah, it's because I had a shave. I was looking a bit dishevelled and down in the dumps and all of that bollocks. And yeah.
You're looking proper smart, mate. And everybody just saying hello in chat. Yeah, so thanks to everybody popping in. We're up to 42. We're doing well tonight. Not I'm counting numbers. It's just like, get us to 50. We've got to do a 50 at one. Right, so
yeah, we haven't. Have we made 50 yet? I think we have.
No.
40. What's no?
40-ish. Oh, dearie doctors.
You want me to do a Deary Doctors? Oh no, Deary Doctors.
We haven't been able to do any insomnias. It was an interesting thing that Mark raised. I don't actually suffer from insomnia because I sleep for days and days and days and days. It's just that we're kind of awake at weird hours. Colin does suffer, so that's why that's insomnia. Vamp's going, looks a young man, Colin does, well rested. He wishes.
Yeah. I've had my obligatory 3 hours sleep, mate. Yeah.
Is that Mark drinking beer? Mark, are you allowed to drink beer?
No, it's not beer. No,
That's not beer.
cold tea.
Oh,
all right. A bottle of beer then.
Cold tea. It's just in a beer bottle.
All right, so it's a bottle of not beer in a beer bottle. It's just like I don't have Jaffa cakes on my table.
Yeah.
I don't.
Tell me you're going to get the Jaffa cakes out. I'll go and get some in a minute.
These are not Jaffa cakes on my table, Colin. You did not see. These are not Jaffa cakes.
A bit like that you wasn't doing any fettling last night.
I wasn't doing any fettling, and the fettling didn't involve Jaffa cakes.
You are a bastard.
Yeah, I got a bastard to Colin. This
is on your channel, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Bastard. You ain't getting no money now.
I'm surprised you didn't put the sea bulb in.
Dave Price.
No, there's still time, mate. There's still time. He'll get his comeuppance.
Dave Price is giving it to Colin. He's a real tasty geezer. Vamp's on about mineral water. He drinks mineral water. Ew, do you have your pinky up when you're having a mineral water?
Saying that, though, Terry.
What?
I might have a bag of snacks.
Fucking hell. Where did you get the Scooby snacks for? You're not doing it like you've got to pick them up and then you've got to throw them on the floor, though, Colin. It's like, I've been shopping today and I've got some snacks.
Look at last night. I was surrounded by sanding sticks. It's like I had 80 grit carpet in my man cave. Every time I picked one up, it ended up on the floor. I had an empty jar on the side. I'm like, where did they all go?
It wasn't just sanding sticks you were surrounded by last night, because I was sitting soldiering away, playing about with electricity, and then the hand comes through. The hand comes through, and what does the hand give Colin? Not that Colin shoved it in front of my face and went, I've got sausage and mash, beans and that, mate. And
it may have been held up very closely to the webcam just to piss you off. It was bangers, mash and beans, wasn't it? I'm
just glad it wasn't smelling it. There's something to be said about just like bangers, mash and beans or bangers, mash and gravy. Just simple.
It didn't touch the sides, mate. It was like Shaggy out of Scooby-Doo. It was just like, oh, God.
Yeah. Did the horses come in there? That's maybe why you've got that molar. We'll come on to that later on. He's making horse noises now. That's why you had that big tooth, because he's actually Shergar in disguise.
I don't do horse noises round me, mate. Gets me into trouble, horses.
Christopher Gross Models is saying, if I knew you were supplying Jaffa cakes, I'd have come on. These are not Jaffa cakes. These are not the Jaffa cakes you are looking for.
Because they know I'm not allowed to have Jaffa cakes, see?
Yeah.
Why are you not allowed to have Jaffa cakes then?
Because she who makes the rules up on my diet won't let me have any.
Oh.
But that's harsh.
Have we done the argument about are Jaffa cakes cakes or biscuits yet? Have we broached that subject?
I don't care what they are. They're fucking gorgeous.
They've got a smashing orangey bit in the middle. Well, I've got proper ones. I didn't get the Halloween one.
Jaffa cakes, and I'll squish them down into one super Jaffa cake. Chow down on that bad boy.
Just a quick question for people in the chat. I mean, I know it's like coming up for November the 5th and all that, and there's been fireworks going all over the place and kids chucking bangers into wheelie bins. Any of you guys got pets that are getting a bit disturbed by all this? It's a bit...
Is it bonfire? No, I'd never have known because of all these fucking fireworks.
I think it should be personally, because I do love animals, even though I don't have a pet at the moment. I've been brought up with animals, dogs and cats and that it should just be organised displays in big fields away from residential areas, and they shouldn't really sell them for people doing them in their gardens, because it's like, it's been 6 whole days.
Yeah, see, I'm that quintessential Englishman, mate. I used to have a bulldog.
Oh, Mark's got a dog, haven't you? As well as
got 2 dogs, and they don't like the fireworks. One more than the other. But the thing is, I can't get over these. How do these children of 8 to 9 get these rockets?
The same way they get cigarettes and booze, they stand and they coax adults to go in and buy them for them.
No good.
I mean, I've seen video footage. It's quite disturbing. I think the one that I've seen, there's always somebody posts it up of some poor sort of greyhound or whatever sitting quivering in the corner, shaking with fear because there's all the fireworks.
Yeah. And there's normally a YouTube video goes up, and it shows you some people tying a firework to a dog's tail. And
oh yeah, all the.
I can see fireworks ending up where it's organised displays only. I mean, people have been saying it for years, haven't they, that should be the case. But I think what's happened now is you get these big industrial show fireworks that people buy, these, you know, football-sized bombs, and they'll just put them on your fucking doorstep, don't they? And, you know, it's like, really?
I mean, I will put my hand up. When my daughter was younger, I did buy a small box of, I think it's £20. It's just a wee one that fizz and bang. And we didn't have any neighbours with animals.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm on about show fireworks, you know, the ones you get in big displays, and people were walking around housing estates with them now.
It's like, if you imagine it's like 25 toilet roll tubes, although that's not what it is.
Yeah.
And it's called a mortar, and it's like 70 quid, and it's just like boom, boom.
We had some twat walking around with a wheelie bin full of fucking fireworks, letting them go. You know what I mean? They nicked him the other night.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh no.
Did they put a rocket up his ass?
I don't know what they did. I'd have put him in the fucking bin and then lit them, but yeah.
Oh, going back to food again. Johnny Blythe, nice to see Johnny in. Got home from work last night to liver, mash, and peas. I'm not a fan of liver.
Oh, liver and bacon. Oh.
I can't do liver. It's like eating an old slipper, isn't it?
yeah. An old insole.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like an old fucking one of Smoo's odor eaters, isn't it?
Hold on, I'm just checking the message.
Yeah, I've got absolutely shite loads, mate.
Oh, Ted from eModels was trying to, because he's moved house, and he stays down in the Lake District, and he was wanting to watch on his phone, but the Wi-Fi's got him blocked for watching, so he can't watch. Right, let's just check. Oh, pardon me. Spidey's in. How you doing, Spidey? Gross Models is going Jaffa biscuits. It's not, their cakes, mate. Varmint's going beef strips, onions, pure tomato sauce, and a hamburger bun with a nice cold beer. It's a bit like it's the steak rolls that you get with onions and that. That sounds nice. Minute steak. Chris is agreeing about all the fireworks with animals. Grant, again, agrees, Sprue. We've got 2 dogs and 1 hates the fireworks. I just feel sorry for the animals. If it was an organised display, I mean, in Balerno, where I grew up, there was a field right at the top of the village that was away for everywhere, and they used to have an organised display actually on Guy Fawkes Day, not on Friday night because everybody was about, or Saturday night. It was actually on Guy Fawkes Day. We were talking about that earlier. That's another subject, but yeah. Expat's going, can't hear anything here, so they don't do the fireworks thing in Spain, Expat? What's Bruce saying?
No, it's an English thing, isn't it? Fireworks night. Has it spread? Is it spread worldwide?
Isn't it? You know, it's funny. We was talking about this before we came on air, weren't we, Mark? About how many people don't realise what bonfire night's about.
Yeah.
What are they not teaching kids these days? It's like, really?
I can remember the gunpowder, treason and plot. That's how they used to do it.
One of my lads' mates thought Winston Churchill was a fucking rapper. You know, and I'm like,
oh, you talk about that stuff at Vince, like, saw that fucking.
Like, are you on about, you know? It's unbelievable, mate.
Tell you what, that beer's going doing well. I'm on my 3rd can. I'm having a blowout tonight because Colin might have mentioned it last week. I heard something about some little plots about trying to get secret camera people and that into the gym to watch the Smoo working out. You know, work it. I'm going to do a video of work.
Yeah, he's down the gym with his Olivia Newton-John on his ghetto blaster singing, let's get physical. Apparently he's going to have a pink leotard, an headband and leg warmers.
Yeah. And then
if anyone's got access to the CCTV at the gym, can we have it so that we can do an edit for him?
And he'll be there going, let's get physical.
Ah, but you know what track 2 is? 5, 6, 7, 8. A route to. Come on, Mark, join in. You know
something, Terry. If they're playing steps, you've got to lean your phone up.
I
Do
take
a little self-movie just for Mark.
I just want to laugh. Actually,
you know, the old big fish, little fish cardboard box bit.
I'm working on some circuitry at the moment that might or might not might not be used. Yeah, you'll like it, but anyway, yeah, it's got a double purpose. But there might be steps because you're allowed to play steps on Facebook, but you're not allowed to play it on YouTube. So there might be a video going up on Facebook, and whenever I get whatever it is I'm making done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an inside joke, and one of the members doesn't know about it.
Yeah, hold up a minute. Let's rewind here. This is something else that Fester's getting blamed for.
Yeah, it was Fester's idea, totally.
Me last night and the early hours of this morning was it's all your fault, and I'm like, yeah, guilty as charged.
It's a fucking good idea.
Do I look like a guilty person?
Not really, mate.
Go and hold the wee board up in front of you, Colin.
My bald.
Yeah. Yeah. Just get a bit of chalk and write your number on, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. I see what you did there, Davey.
I'm impressed, mate.
Well, you can count on me.
Oh, right. Actually, Mark, I thought you would have had your steps t-shirt on, kind of one with H on it.
I don't even know any step songs.
You know,
right? I reckon, mate. If we bring out the playlist on iPods, mate, and show them bad boys off, there's going to be a steps track in there somewhere.
That'll be for all fair later on if you're still still awake. But,
the thing we used to do when I was at work was we would look for the worst track that you had on your iTunes and some of the sordid secrets that people keep in their iTunes.
Yeah.
Crazy Frog and all that. Ring, ding, 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 ding,
like,
ding.
Hold up a minute. You've got what in your iTunes?
No, again, I won't survive. Yeah.
I used to sit there and come out with a great one, which was, oh, we've got a shared iTunes as a family, and my kids have their playlists on there. You know what I mean? And like, you know, my kids are 23 and 25. It's like, yeah.
God. It's quite funny, and when you're looking at folks' phones and all that. Oh, Christ. I tell you what, it's really nice that everybody's joining in with us tonight. I take it you're all enjoying the later start of 9 p.m. I take it it's a bit more conducive because Colin and I were talking about it. You know, you get talking with the Murphys and...
I mean, we used to do it a lot earlier because there were people that came in that worked shifts and things like that, you know.
There is one person that misses it now, the guy that cares after his wife. I'm trying to remember his name now because it's on at the time.
Shane.
Yeah. Shane. Aye. So a wee bit of Shane.
Shane's in the chat. Recently been diagnosed with an illness. Shane, PM me, mate, because I have exactly the same illness as a side effect of having MS, mate, and I can give you some lovely advice if you need any support.
You're obviously further down the chat than me. So what I'll do is I'll catch up with the chat to the point we're at, and then we'll carry on.
Yeah, I have what is known as live chat, Terry.
Yeah, well, I'll hold it back because there's stuff I've not read out. Because I was on my Steven Spielberg. He calls me Steven Spielberg. He's a cheeky bugger.
He does, honestly. He sits there on his aisles going down, oh, yes, I just need to get the lighting conditions correct for my audience.
They're all sitting mid-conversation, and it's like the conversation's really flowing and we're having a good chat, like you do in an off-air hangout, and it's like, right, guys, 2-minute warning, we're going live, finish what you're doing.
The technical director bit.
He's like, oh, yes, we're going live, and I just need to do my Brillo pad for my fans. It's like...
Yes, I did my ablutions before the show and everything.
We're like 5 middle-aged fucking blokes sitting there gluing plastic together. We're not fucking... Boyzone or something like that, are we? Ozone.
No, actually, there's enough of us to do steps, right? I bag for DNH. I want to do that.
5. Well, depends on what order we're in on your screens, doesn't it?
Well, on my screen it goes Fester, John, Davey, mark than me, but on their screens it'll be the other way about.
Oh, right. So I need to do 8 then, don't I? So, yeah.
Aye.
No, I can do fuck all because it only needs 4, doesn't it? 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. No, I'll do 5. Right, Mark does 6, David does 7, John does 8, and you go, my root tooting baby. It's right. We're ready. We're ready. Right. 5.
What do I do again?
Right. You're 7.
7.
Right.
7.
Right. 7. Right.
Now, the clue, Dave, is that we do it in order, mate.
Right. Mark's 6, right? You're 7, Davey. John's 8, and Colin's got to do my root tooting. Right, we're ready. 5,
6,
7,
8.
We're rooting tooting, baby.
Oh, good on you, Cole. Brilliant.
We're rooting fucking tooting. Hey. We're rooting tooting.
Off Garnet, there's a steps cover.
Yeah, I'll have to do a bit of editing in Premiere and edit that all together, won't I, Terry?
Oh, Dave. Oh, dear. Right, I'm going to catch up in the chat to where I've paused it. See if there's anything. People are trying to say things. We're up to 46. That's a record, by the way. 46, I think.
46. I need more here. Have a look in your gardens or next door neighbour. Drag them in, get them to load it up so we can hit 50.
Do we get a Brucey bonus if we get 50?
Apparently, Terry's going to get his moves out if we don't.
No, actually, what I was thinking of doing was raffling off some of my underpants.
No.
But they're doing a Lionel Richie at the moment. They're kind of dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, but the thing is now, see, the figures are going to go down because no one will want to win them bad boys.
yeah.
If we don't hit 50, Terry's getting one of his moves out. We'll be on 60 in no time.
But see, the thing is, I mean, you say that I'm like, there's a word that you use is like kind of like skanky. It's like I do inside, outside, front side, back side, which is I could get 4 days out of a pair of underpants, and then if there's any detritus,
you're just the scuzzy fucker, mate.
that's the one, scuzzy. I like that. If there's any detritus,
a minger.
when I fling them up at the ceiling, if they stick, what tends to happen if you leave them up for a day or two, you peel it off and the detritus comes away.
You scrungy scuzzy.
But there's other people say they can get, I think it was Reese that says he gets 10 days out of his, and I don't know how he does his, the front side, back side, inside. Put them on your head, I don't know. Right, anyway, I'm going to catch up.
Now he hangs his out of the bleeding ambulance when it's going along at 90.
Right, I'm going to catch up in the back bit of the chat. Mike Hornsey was on about what holiday you celebrate with fireworks. It's Guy Fawkes, who tried to blow up
bonfire night.
Tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah.
I wish he was still alive now. Fucking Theresa May. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting into politics.
No, not yet. Don,
wait till Vincent comes back and get him on Donald Trump. Anyone who wants to laugh with Vincent, just put in the chat whenever he's on one of our lives how much you admire Donald Trump. The look on his face is hilarious.
Oh, right, because he doesn't know. He hasn't got a clue about any political.
Or another thing to do is explain to Vincent in the chat how wonderful the idea of Brexit is.
Oh yeah. He's pro-Brexit.
Fuck, mate, does he get the ump?
Oh, he's got a big poster of Angela Merkel on his wall because she's
It's so funny.
Yeah. Right, next one. Don Gilchrist was on about, come on, 40 flappers were the best thing ever as kids.
Yeah. Old thermonuclear Bobbington saying tighty whiteys, oh mate, they are until Smoo gets hold of them.
Yeah.
And then there's stainy greenies.
Yeah, they're not so much whiteys, mere shities.
You are a right nigger, aren't you, Terry?
Oh, mate, I've just got this image of the flight deck of an aircraft carrier with all the runway skid marks on. I was like, no.
Oh, Christ, die. Fucking die.
Oh,
You might know something tonight. Yeah.
That's what Nigel's Mustangs and models are just doing, Anna says, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terry, underpants must be grey and brown like the side of a battleship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Fucking-
mate, it's like dazzle camo.
Council houses pebble dashed at the front.
Yeah, I don't have Calvin Klein or anything like that in the waistband of my pants. I've got fucking turpits written on mine.
Terry's coming digital and Berlin camo.
Camel, yeah. Then the problem is I throw them at the ceiling and I can't see them and wonder where the smell's coming from if they're in talking about the fireworks thing, expert was saying the corner shops will sell anything to anyone. Not so much here because they kind of get clamped down on. But yeah, it's the adults going in.
Yeah, to send what they call plants or rogue buyers into shops, underage people to try and buy stuff, you know, and go in and prosecute the shop. It's like, I mean, to me, that's a bit of entrapment, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like this is a whole other subject. And I'm trying to catch up and chat. It's like decoy cars and car parts for folk to go and steal.
A what?
Decoy cars. The cameras on.
Oh,
and then you feel it, and then they hit the kill switch, and everything kills out. That's kind of entrapment as well. Chris Henderson was on about the fireworks again. Fire engines and the crews attacked by kids with fireworks. That's a bad one. Ridiculous. My uncle was a fireman, and luckily the craze wasn't about then, but the whole sort of phoning up an emergency service, ambulance crews as well, and police. Crews calling them out that they've maybe set like somebody's wheelie bin on fire and they come out and then they start pelting the fire engine with bricks and that.
Oh, they go one level better down here with that. They call them out, get them called out to, like, I don't know, a block of flats. So whilst they're legging it up the stairs, they're in the back of the ambulance pilfering all the drugs, mate.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah,
they honestly, they can clear an ambulance out in about 3 minutes flat. There ain't a fucking cupboard left with anything in it.
You've got to remember, we all had a childhood, not the sort of all used to get nonsense, but not that kind of nonsense. I mean, Johnny Blythe brings up a good one. Jumping jacks, bangers, and that. Great fun when you're a kid. It was, and we all did it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of went a level too far now, I think.
Well, yeah, because now, like I was saying, they're using display grade fireworks, you know, on street corners, and it's like, you know.
It's not like we bangers anymore, right? It's a big.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you see the fucking local Ford Escort go flying up in the air with one of these.
Oh, fuck. Nigel's Mustang and model says, ban the fucking things. My poor little dog is petrified. I mean, what is the pleasure in watching your money go bang, then saying whoo? And Colin was saying that earlier on when he did his.
Yeah, I kind of did an Alf Garnet and got dragged in by the missus.
A lot of them are fake as well. Yeah. A lot of them are fake and they're dangerous.
The Chinese ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got no, I don't know the way they make them. There's obviously got to be an element of safety in the fuse. But the fake ones, the fuse is too short or it's got too much thermite or whatever on it.
It's usually black powder and like bits of magnesium and iron filings and that for the colours. So.
Yeah. There's, you know, they're dangerous. Some of them fake ones that they sell.
No, because you like your touch paper and then it blows up in your face. You didn't even get a chance to.
And don't think just because you're getting them from one of the big supermarkets that you're not getting fake, because they get fooled as well as anyone else.
Well, I mean, even there was a recent thing with the pharmaceutical industry, obviously, with being able to order stuff online. Even reputable pharmacists are ordering drugs in that they think are the right thing, but they're
I had it with, because my medication all gets sent to me, because obviously I'm now housebound. And I had some comfort, and they just didn't look right, you know, the aluminium on the back and that, you know, and I rung them up and just said, look, you know, I'm not sure about these, and, you know, cut a long story short, someone come and collected them, and like I say, I got a letter back going, yeah, they were dodgy.
They sent them to a lab, just to check.
You know, they sent them off, and yeah, they had
check all the serial numbers
system, you know, but you can tell it just didn't look the normal quality, you know.
Vamp saying fireworks are banned here in town because of animals' rights. Thank fuck. Well, that's a good one, actually.
Nigel's Mustang and model says he did a streaking video today on his Mark IV mail tank, and you apparently, Terry, do it au natural.
Is that a video I've got to watch then, is it?
Yeah.
I'm still catching up in the back chat. Expats saying in Spain they only really do fireworks on fiestas. What, they stick them in a Ford Fiesta up there? Anyway. Bobbington's on form again. He had a mouse once. He lost it. Johnny Blythe's going, remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. That's the one.
Yeah.
Jared saying, mostly on the 4th of July here in the States for fireworks. Expats having a little laugh when Colin mentioned me wearing a mankini to the gym. Dave Price is saying, we used to have some fun with fireworks, but we knew the boundaries not to cross. These days, kids are not disciplined.
Well, they're not allowed to belt them when they're at home.
You're not allowed to discipline them.
Talking about this the other day, wasn't we? About not necessarily conscription or national service, but in, you know, perhaps UN peacekeeping duty or some form of community thing, just to.
I think it's a good idea, but it's
and a bit of discipline, you know.
I've had a lot of people say to me, it's like, well, there's a big cost in the sort of conscription and all the rest of it, because it costs a lot of money to set somebody up as a soldier or whatever. So
yeah, but
it gives them
much to lock them up, doesn't it?
It gives them life skills and stuff, and a trade and camaraderie and
how to shoot people.
You know, at the end of the day, Terry, it can cost up to 3 times as much to lock them up, can't it?
Yeah. Sorry, what you were saying there, Mark?
You were saying that it gives them a trade.
Yeah.
How to shoot a gun.
Well, you could make them non-combatant.
Well, yeah, UN peacekeeping.
Support sort of infrastructure as well, the logistics core and all the radio support and the electronics and
you know, or just community labour or
no, I was just joking. I mean, I'm a big believer in conscription.
Yeah, you know, just something to help them as well, not to punish them, but to help them. You know, give them a bit of self-respect, bit of dignity, and a bit of self-discipline. Themselves, you know, I contributed to that, and look how good it is. And community projects around poor areas of the country or something, you know, just to help people, you know.
Just still catching up the chat. Expat's laughing at that mankini thing.
He won't be when he sees it.
He wouldn't, mate. Imagine Terry's giblet hanging out.
Oh, did they call them giblets, mate? You make me sound like a chicken. I hate a chicken bar, a rooster.
You're a man of a certain age. It's going to look like a parson's nose on a fucking.
No, I'm a rooster boy. I ain't no chicken.
Like a turkey. Is it a turkey neck?
Yeah, that's it. The old.
You're like you're having a wee gobble there, Colt. Right. Anyway, Mike Hornsey's probably away, but he announced he had to go. So yeah,
yeah, no worries.
Dave Prince is saying Maltese fiestas are great for fireworks. Gross said something about that's a tragedy.
Oh dear.
Bibles from Niagara Falls. No, right, okay. Steps are something you walk up or down on, said Dave Price. Okay. Vamp's giving it. I can give you a step song that'll make Smoo giggle. All right, okay. Sprue Glue. Oh, hiya, Sprue Glue. How you doing? He's giving it a tragedy when the feeling's gone and you can't go on. He knows all the words and everything.
Yeah.
Vamp's going tiptoe through the tulips. Then Sprue Glue. Dave Price is wondering what the hell he's tuned into. Bombington's going gets. I almost spilled my beer. Obviously, sorry, I've only just catching up. Christopher Gross Models has got to go. Night all. I await the clip of the singing. That will be quite funny because Colin will make a small clip about of it. Vamp's going Mankini Terry and Jesus and Bobbington's going pants. What are they? Undercrackers, mate. Mickle Pickle's going, oh no, not underpants. This is how far I'm behind on chat. Nigel's Mustang and Models. You are Gross Terry? No. Chris is Gross Models. I'm Smoo. Your pants must be. Oh yeah, you read that one out. Sprue Gladic was going choosers. Tire marks, yes, tighty whiteys, yeah. Oh, I've just about caught up and everything. Crazy. Bobbington's going no torpedoes, please. Yeah.
That sounds wrong.
Nah, Terry's at the age where he does depth charges.
Bobbington said he had a chameleon once. He lost that as well. He seems to be, quite good at losing.
Good old Bob.
Expats going, chain gang. Mind you, about the whole sort of either work-related stuff, and Dave Price is going, the army wouldn't want them. Oh, Steve Down for Total Scale Models, discipline and love, that's what we need. And I don't know what Johnny Blythe's on about, maybe calling UK version of McNamara's morons. I've got up with the chat. Yay! I tell you what's been really busy in here.
Do you have live chat on, Terry, or do you have top chat?
I've got live, but what I do is, like, say, you'll be catching all the stuff that's just popping up, and if there's a lot of stuff comes in, I hold it.
Yeah, mine comes up like a ticker tape.
Yeah, I hold it, otherwise it just goes. Speaking of it.
Hello, John. You all right, mate?
Yeah, Sprug is in as well. Now you've got to end the chat. Hi, hello, Smoo and the crew, and hiya, John, as well.
Hello, mate.
Hi, to be sure, but I know he's in Ireland and that, Northern Ireland up the top.
That's the Irish community now lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, run into the hills.
And Irish Styrine's in as well. See, I don't get the McNamara's morons reference. I don't get that one.
Would someone like to explain it? This is Educating the Smoo, part 52.
Subsection 3, volume 1. And John's giving it, oh, you, but obviously in an Irish accent. It's like, oh, you, to be or no? Aye.
Don't be like the Smoo. Things the Smoo should not do. Episode 14.
I like cake. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Talking about cake, I don't have Jaffa cakes on my bench. Just to let Colin know. So I think what we'll do, we're doing well tonight. That's almost.
I'm gonna say it. You are just a total pair of cunts.
Yeah, I know. But you're like a dog. What's those things that those post boxes wear again?
Oh,
is it Barkers or something that they wear? Oh, Barkers. That's it. Sorry. Yeah, I was trying to remember what it was at the. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll take that one. She's pretty. Anyway, right. Sorry, I'm just alienated. Right, I'm going to behave now. What I'm going to do is we're going to have a little look at what some of the guys have been doing. What's Nigel's Mustang and model saying? Mark, you need to check out the online guide to assemble the wings on that EC135 you're building. Actually, he doesn't because John, because he's done his research, has already told him there's a problem with the wings.
Yeah. Johnny Blythe is giving you the full lowdown. It was the Vietnam War enlisting of people of low intelligence were known as Mac morons because McNamara.
Right, okay.
Obviously, I don't know a great deal about planes, but he said it's a DC-135.
EC-135 or something. And that'll answer Bobbington's question, what's Mark building? Yeah.
It's a Boeing E3.
E3.
E3 AWACS.
Oh, nice. That's the one with the big old...
Yeah, the big. And believe it or not, this...
I'm asking if that's a new plane you're building, yeah.
This is 1/72 scale.
Oh,
that's a bit easy, that. Why don't we go on to... We'll go on to Mark just now, then you can tell us what you're building at the moment, then, and we'll do a wee section on you and what you've been up to.
Okay, so I've just started this. I was waiting on. This is going to be the first kit I do that I do any electronics on. A good friend of mine sent me a light kit, which arrived today, so I can get going with that. And yeah, so I'm just starting this, and it's huge. That's the only trouble. I've got a lot of space here, but it's
not doing the electricity yourself.
Sorry,
not fancy doing the electricity side of it yourself? I mean, what you lighting up? Nav lights?
Yeah, it'll be left and right, underneath. I'm not sure yet, but no, I'm actually starting. I'm going to be doing a whole series on learning electronics.
Is that on your Sprue Surgeon channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing the first one pretty soon, in the next few days, actually, and that's just going to be what I've bought to start. And then it's literally going to follow me as I learn, and hopefully other people, if they're interested,
there might be fire
alongside.
There might be fire and explosions and interesting stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got I bought some breadboard and that the other day, and I got a load of jumper cables, breadboard power supply. So, you know, I'm getting stuff like that together. It's the trouble is, it's knowing what to get.
Yeah.
As I bought a load of LEDs, I bought 100 LEDs, and it wasn't until Smoo saw them, he said, "Oh, they're the big ones. That's big. I think they're 5 mil. Did you say?
3 mils usually, and we play.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm trying to eliminate buying anything that's not good.
We can always guide you on that side. So you've got that big plane that you're going to be starting.
Yeah, so I've got that, and then I've also working on the astronaut, as many people know that follow the channel. He's together now. I had some problems putting him together because of the plastic. It wasn't very good.
It's ABS plastic, we think, now on that
one. I had to use this in order to stick it together. And I used that in conjunction with this. It really is.
Martin, I've heard of that, yeah.
It really is quite horrible to stick together. You sort of put it together, you think it's okay, and then it sort of starts coming away again. But
you've had quite a lot of problems with likes of the texture on the clothing, and that wasn't.
Yeah, the kit didn't match up very well. A lot of the creases were, you know, there'd be a step, so you'd clearly see
5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry.
Yeah, they were clearly out of place. So I've had to go around and literally put the creases.
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
And that's
when he's done, though.
Yeah, that took quite a bit. Apart from that, there's been no further development on Molar 1.
I was going to ask you because I wanted the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth.
Yeah. Apart from, I did find this on a sprue, and I cut it off and cut all the edges off. And the plan is now to use that as some sort of
halo
ring, you know.
I said ring.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
An interesting thing, your Molar spacecraft, will that be nuclear powered?
Oh, I don't know.
I just wondering what the decay rate would be.
Decay rate, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Right, I'll get my coat. But yeah, so you're starting a new project. Excellent.
Yeah. So and I think that's a lot of my other projects are just stalled. Oh, I've got the Vibe. Is this called a Mirage or is this a Viper? I can't remember.
It's a plane. Hold on, John. John, what's that?
An F-18 Hornet.
It's an F-18 Hornet, Mark.
Yeah, that's it. This is the one Angela built when she was on the show doing her section where she was a novice builder.
Yeah.
And I dug it out the other day and I thought I'd start working on that. So
cool.
That's in the background. And that's me. Yeah, that's me done really. Oh, the Spitfire.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Spitfire, I got one of the wings all done and filled in, and the other one cut out. What needed cutting out.
Big old plane, that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the last video on it was looking at the landing gear.
Oh, you're getting there though. That's good, Mark. Right, thanks for that wee catch up. I'm just going to Sprugly Addict in the chat is going hashtag where's the Jaffa Cake giveaway. I don't have Jaffa Cakes on my bench. I don't know where you've seen that, Sprugly. Bobbington says, I don't know where I am, but I like it. Okay. Vamp is saying, shit, the 148th Hind is as big as those sprues. Yeah, the 48th Hind's a big Russian helicopter. Nigel's Mustang and Models are saying, same thing, Mark. The EC-135 and the KC-135, all the same kit. The lower wing section needs to be braced and stiffened or the wings will sag and engines.
Yeah.
I think John covered that one. John Reeves has given it, to be sure, wingy thing, where's the bikes? Aye. Oh, is there any more Guinness? Aye.
Yeah, I've got 2 cans in the fridge.
Yeah. Vamp's going, Davey's been antisocial with that back of his. Yeah, he's not seen the face cam, you see. He's obviously winding you up. Bobbington's going, that's good. Doing lights on my 132 Hawk. Chat about it later, Mark. Ooh.
Yeah.
Vamp's going, baby hanger. We don't condone hanging babies on this channel. Mickle Pickle's going to run for a bit. She'll be back later. Bobbington is obviously drinking something stronger than me. He's giving it whack, whack, whack. And Dave Price is asking, have you found out where you are yet, Bobbington? That's me caught up in the chat. Bloody hell, it's busy. Right, so we've had a little look and see what Mark's been up to, and I'm just confirming I don't have Jaffa Cakes on my bench. We're going to have a little... Davey, how are you doing, Davey?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Terry?
What have you been up to of late, young man? I know you've had a little bit of holiday and you've had a bit of R&R.
Yeah, a bit of R&R.
What are you working on at the moment?
Well, I did a spray job on the tank of the motorbike that I'm doing.
Oh, of the motorbike. Oh,
yeah, and I thought I got the seam line done until I put the paint over it and discovered that I hadn't quite got it done properly enough.
Yeah, Alan told me put a guide coat over just so you can see where the...
Yeah, that's what I did with the black marker pen. And I've just gone over it again with some Mr. Surfacer. So we'll see what happens when that dries. So we put that to one side. I've done quite a bit on the bike, actually.
What primer do you use, Dave?
Pardon?
What primer do you use?
I use the Vallejo stuff.
Right. See if you use either the UMP or the Stynylres one. And you spray it on really, really thick. You can actually use it as a filler primer.
Okay.
Yeah, self-leveling.
I'll bear that one in mind for the next time. Got the frame done. The frame's all sprayed.
Ooh, nice.
The rear bumper, rear mudguard, all right. He's
car drivers.
Yeah, I know. I'm still got my L plates on this one. Done the forks.
You're quite enjoying that, although you were
I am. To be honest with you, doing bikes was never really something that I thought about. I'd always seen them at the shows and thought, you know, they look really good and all the rest of it, but never really thought about doing it myself.
What was it? Probably
until I met you two, Herberts, it kept on having a go at me and say, come on, you got to do a bike, and I gave up in the end and I'm doing a bike now.
We wouldn't do that to you.
You did.
John Reeves is asking, what is the bike that you're building?
The bike that I am building is the Tamiya Honda 750 Custom.
That's been re-released as a short rerun. And
I am literally doing a custom job on it, as in I'm not following the instructions for any of the paintwork. It's a Dave special.
Good man. Old.
So, yeah, that's about all I've been doing, really.
Good stuff. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's about me, really.
Yeah, because you've been away on holiday. I'm
been away visiting. So,
Johnny Blythe was on about monkey hanger, baby hanger. Yeah. Oh, that thing around the molar that Mark showed. All right, right. Aye. Oh, baby hang. Oh, like a. Oh, what do you call it?
Oh, mobile.
A mobile. Yeah. John is issuing threats. He says, "Hey Terry, just wait till you're over here for the Northwest 200. I think I'll be getting a dry slap." Bobbington, yeah, midgets. Okay. And Vamp's going Nurgles. Bob's laughing his arse off. Sprue Addict says, "Tell him to move his cam to the right." Seemingly we're getting directions so they can't see your beautiful face. Dave, that's what it is. There we go.
Ray of light.
Vamp's saying it's a nice kit, that one. Spidey's asking Vamp, is Muse ever going to show us the Warhammers on that box? Yeah, everybody's on the Warhammers thing now, and it's just like...
Yeah, I've done 2 figures and I'm fed up with them now.
I'm a bit Warhammered out at the moment. Bobbington saying, "My God, is a UFO with a bloke under it." And Dave is wondering why he keeps thinking of pork pies. Actually.
Oh, I've got some pork pies in the fridge. Oh,
No, John's being funny now. I've seen how you Welshmen drink. I'm a Scotsman, mate. No Welsh. What's Nigel saying? Can Mark please show the box front and tell me if it comes with just 1 or 2 sets of engines? It's a big box, that one.
Right, so first of all, let me get...
Oh. Oh, it's 2 sets. That's a big plane, that, like. It's pretty cool.
And does that answer the engine question, or are you actually asking, does it have full engines working like detail?
I was just saying, show the box front and tell if it comes with just 1 or 2 sets engine. It looks like 2 sets, 2 on each wing. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's got the turbo fans and that in it. So let me just... That's the engine. So it's fairly basic, but you could scratch build, I guess.
Pretty standard with these sort of aircraft. You just get like a wee fan cover at the front.
Yeah. I mean, the kit was not expensive, so...
Spruglu's been a cheeky bugger tonight. Right, what Bobbington saying that's a big ass on that plane. All right, okay. Vamp's going, small box. Nigel's going, thanks, Mark. I mean, does it have bypass engines as well? I have no... John's... No.
That is the Airfix reboxing in the Hella box, because Airfix and Hella used to work together. The Hella kit comes as the NATO version or the US Air Force version. If you want the one with the big bypass engines in, you want the Airfix one, because that does the RF version as well.
What's a bypass engine then? Because it looks like it's got 2 normal engines on either wing, which would be on the commercial sort of aircraft.
It's what we're called CFM engines. They're like the big Rolls-Royce Trent engines, like on the Jumbo. Look similar to that.
Does it have them instead of, or as well as, or what's more?
That's it, Mark. That's the NATO one.
Yeah, I like that. I'm tempted to do that colour. And then the other one that this kit does is just more... I think that's the same one, isn't it? It's just...
And you're all right.
There we go.
Oh, I quite like that. I like the US Air Force one, actually.
Yeah, it is a nice one. I don't normally like the all grey, but yeah, I am quite...
How many shades are on that, Mark? Is there about 50?
Yeah, I see what you've done there.
yeah, I see where he's going with that one.
Yeah.
Right. What's that you're holding up, John?
That's what it's on about. That's got the different engines on to Mark's.
So it's totally different engines rather than...
Yeah, that's the RF version.
Yeah.
Right.
Different engines.
They've got like these silvery bits and black pointy bits at the back, and so have those. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the engines, the other engines that he's on about look similar to the engines that are on a Jumbo.
Ah, right.
Or the A380.
Oh, Nigel's just explained that he's done it in basic terms because he's done his research. Basically, a bypass is a big front fan, a turbojet is more like if you said it was turbojet or a fan.
Yeah. Basically, that kit that Mark's got and the one I've got, which is the Airfix one, which is I've done as the RF, and that's what them decals are for.
So is the Heller one a Reeboks of the Airfix kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would explain the colour of the plastic. It does look like Airfix plastic. So
yeah, well, at one time, Airfix and Heller used to work together a lot because you could get a lot of the Airfix kits under the Heller label and vice versa.
Well, we've got you on, John. It's your turn to show us what you've been up to. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I've been finishing my quack off.
A quack off? Is that another guy that was in Star Trek? Oh, it was Chekhov, wasn't it? Aye. I'll get my coat.
I think you should after that one.
Yeah.
Just been finishing that off.
That's looking nice. That's a nice bike. That's a Z9 quack.
And I built a Spitfire this week.
Oh, I've never seen that. John's saying, obviously, John Reeves, my Irish, Northern Irish, I should say, friend, likes his bikes, and he says that's really nice, John.
Yeah, I've built it straight from the box. All I've added is a bit of extra plumbing where it's been missing, like the brake binders.
Problem, yeah.
And stuff. So I've just been plodding on doing that. And
Paul Sharpman said it's a nice bike as well. So what Spitfire is this? This isn't the same one that Mark's struggling with, is it? Is it a smaller?
It's the same Mark. It's a Mark 5B. Mark 5B, Mark 5C. And this is the Hobby Boss one. This is the 32nd scale one.
Oh, Hobby Boss, right, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's got the same gun layout.
In the visor, they just look like Spitfires to me. Aye.
Yeah, it's got the same gun layout as the one at Mark's doing, but that's the smaller one. That's the 32nd scale one.
Nigel was saying the kit's been sold by Heller, Airfix, AMT, Ertl, and many different guises. He's got the Heller one, and they're exactly the same kits. Yeah. Davey Price is off. He's going to have to go. Good night. See you later, Dave. So what?
See you later.
What else have you been fiddling about with?
Well, that's it, basically.
You're not asked that.
Hey?
What else have you been fiddling about with? I should have not asked that.
Well, been working on that.
You're wrong, Terry. You're just wrong.
Doing that. And
I'm bad calling him. Yeah.
Been doing a bit of rubbing down and working on.
Oh, you did a bit of rubbing down. And what about the shooting?
Yeah. Been tinkering with the old shuttle.
Have you found your wing that you lost?
No, I made another one.
You've been scratch building?
Yeah.
So see, to make that, did you have to do some research to get it the right size?
I just measured up off that one.
I did that with my truck, John, and as soon as I glued it on, I found the bit I'd been looking for.
Yeah, that's called Sod's Law, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Did you paint the cockpit, mate?
Yeah, painted the cockpit all out with a cocktail stick.
It said pop twice.
Yeah, it's the Dragon 144 scale one.
Is that the one with the clear wings and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hence, when I tried to paint the wings and the clear parts with normal paint, I had to full engage trying to get the paint to stick.
Yeah, you'd need an etch primer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a different type of plastic to the rest of the kit, so I sanded it all back and I put some more Alfred's etch primer on it.
Right, you got a good bite. Just another quick one. Davy Price has had 3 pints of strong ale, so he's off for the night.
Happy days.
Vamp saying he's about 11 behind. John Reeves has actually got a question for you, John, about Spitfires. What's the difference between a Mark 1 and a Mark 5 Spitfire? Because he's a bit like me. I don't know what the difference is. It's
basically the Mark 5 Spitfire was an up-engined Mark 1.
Do you not all have the Merlin?
Yeah, they'd all got the Merlin, but they'd all got different marks of Merlin. They went up to the Mark 20 and upwards, right? But basically, if you're looking at that, the only way to tell that was a Mark 5. The Mark 5 has got 2 cannons, 2 Espano cannons, and 2 machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Mark 1 Spitfire had 4 machine guns in each wing.
Was there not something different about the propellers as well?
Yeah, the Mark's got the 24th scale Spit, which gives you the standard Spitfire propeller.
2 seconds. Get my heating on. You go.
This one has actually got the Rotol propeller. See if we'll find a decent picture of it. Basically, that's the Mark 5 prop, right? Which is
Was there no one? Was it no the early ones that had like 3 props on it, and the later ones had 4?
yeah, the first Spitfire to have 4 props was the Mark 6, 7, 8, and 9.
So how many Marks was there then? Apart from the one we've got in chat.
Yeah.
Like 17 or something? No.
24.
24.
24. 1 to 24, then there was a load of subtypes. Like you've got the PR Spitfires, the photo reconnaissance Spitfires and stuff like that. You had the HF, the high flying Spitfires and stuff which had the pressurized cockpit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of folk in chat seem to know their aircraft. I don't know a lot. I mean, Sprue Glue Addicts talking about the cannons and the wings, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
Paul's saying it's blown a gale. It's blown a gale up here as well. It's blown a hoolie. Vamp was saying the blades are different as well, if he's not mistaken. Now I remember Mark said there was 2 different sets of blades.
Yeah. Well, Mark's actually got in that 24th scale Spit. He's actually got the Mark 1 blades. They're really narrow.
Right.
Yeah, on the Mark 5, they were fatter, and the spinner is a lot more pointier.
Is that because the engine had more horsepower?
Yeah.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
Just catch up. Just catch up before we get all Spitfired out. What's that? That's a nose.
That's the nose cone off a Mark 5 Spit.
I just got nail extensions. Yeah.
Yeah. The Mark 1 Spit nose cone was a lot blunter.
Okay. So there you go. That's a little bit of info on all the different things about the Marks. Munchkin Modelling Man 72 is in. He's going, well, good evening, everybody. Munchkin.
Hello, mate.
I got your what you call a shop card. The Americans call them shop cards. They don't do stickers. And Colin's got his as well.
Yeah, I'm due to put all mine up on the right-hand side of me.
Thanks for that, Munchkin. John's going, cheers. John's going, cheers, John. Yeah, and he was just asking about that as well. Yeah. And William Garraway's in. Hi, guys. How you doing, William? Yeah, so that's quite well for numbers tonight. I will go into the dungeon in a little bit and see what everyone's been up to. So this is your sort of 20-minute warning. If you've done any work this week, work in progress, stuff you've finished, get it on the dungeon just now so that when I go on, I can do a quick refresh and all your work's up there. I know a lot of people have already put their work up there for us to have a look at. Vamp's going, I don't even build planes. I build them out the box, but I wouldn't know whether the detail was right between a Mark 5 or a Mark 1. Munchkin saying he'll be doing a bomber group build next year. Yeah, John likes bombers. He likes big bombs. Bester, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Sorry, mate. Oh, sorry, I zoned out there.
Out, yeah. We were talking about Spitfires and propellers and cannons.
My own little world, mate. Sorry about that.
I thought it would be nice to share with some of the people what you've been up to of late, mate.
Cleaning my bench. I've been doing a rework on that bad boy, the Terminator.
I absolutely love that.
It started just as an Italieri red truck with gold leaf decals, and I stripped it right the way down. And I've done my obligatory decal wrap as the Terminator 2.
That's stunning. I like that, work on that.
So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
You've sort of done all the black and yellow sort of warning stuff on the front.
Yeah, it's got the warning signs and the diamond plate, and yeah. But I just thought a nice decal wrap on that would be something a bit different.
With the face in that, I like the sort of blues and blacks and whites.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 3 or 4 different trucks to rework. I've got motorcycles to rework. But the next one I'm going to do is a video series. I'm going to Mad Max the bloody living daylights out of it and have it as a post-apocalyptic, rusty, battered.
Paul Chaplin's liking your truck, he says that's.
Yeah.
I like the decal wraps.
Because I've got the Renault Magnum one that I built way back in the 90s that's going to be done as the Yamaha MotoGP truck with all the super shiny livery and that. And I just thought, well, that's 2 decal wraps on trucks. I might as well Mad Max one up. So that's what I'll do. And then I started a little in-between build on a wee Mustang.
Yay.
And you know what I'm like. I can't just build straight out the box. So I've kind of been modifying the bodywork slightly. And
didn't they have the side skirts and front splitter and that on it? Or that scoop.
And a splitter. And, yeah, so I can't build straight out the box. So that I can't remember much about last week because I was a bit.
You weren't very well, yeah.
So I can't remember whether I showed that or not.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So that was 30 quid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been sort of decaled up and everything. So I'll do a little unveil video of that on my YouTube this week. I'll film that and the truck just as a channel update on what I've been up to. The rest of it, I've been modifying the man cave and
you've got a lot more room now, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, because there was an area where I had a lot of stuff stored on the bench, like my ultrasonic and that, and I just needed to tidy up and that. And I may have bought an airbrush as well.
Mm. Oh, nice brush in Infinity.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so I can start now planning me winter because, you know, this last couple of weeks was a bit of an eye-opener, you know, as everyone knows. And, you know, I have me demons and that. And,
that's why we've not been doing any insomnias of late. Colin's not been very well.
Kind of verging on an MS relapse. I know it's coming, and I'm a bit apprehensive of getting too into anything at the moment because they catch you and you don't know what you're going to end up with when it's done. But I know it's there, it's looming. So I'm trying to plan out me winter builds and get them all down from where they're stored up high.
They're easy to get.
Stacked up in sequence so that if I do have a rather bad turn, at least I can occupy myself as best I can. So
yeah, on your good days you do certain things, and on your mediocre days you do other things.
Good, bad, good, better, best, mate, is how I roll. And you know, it works for me. But I needed to get everything set up so that I now have everything low to arm's reach. so that if my legs do decide they've had enough, I can still function. So yeah.
Because I know when you were having your sort of bad days, we don't need to go into detail, but everybody kind of knows.
No, I'm not going to bore anyone.
When it wasn't his bad days, that's when you did, because you had the bike backed up, you had the truck backed up, because Comprince is on decals and that's when you can sit with your mouse and just click and do all.
Yeah, I couldn't build anything because of the shakes and things of that nature and coordination. So, you know, it was several hours on Photoshop just laying out artwork and things like that.
It's good that you can progress with some when your hands are behaving.
It's that what I was on about, good, better, best. You know, on a good day, on a better day, and on a best day, you know, and at least you can come out to the bench and achieve something. You know?
Even if it's just sitting goofing off with us lot of bar stewards.
Yeah, I mean, there were several nights where literally I just dragged myself out here to have a hangout just to...
You were just tidying up in general, yeah.
Yeah, you know, just to hear voices. You
know. It was quite funny the other night, though, because you were modifying, like, in Colin's workshop, he's got, like, a server sits off to the right, and he had, like, so he was building a shelf in that, and he was using power tools. And his darling wife went out to work and says, "Now, Colin, remember, don't use any power tools." And I can confirm, Helen, he did not use any power tools. Right, I'm just going to catch up the chat.
Yeah.
It was all hand tools, wasn't it, Colin?
Sorry, John?
Sorry, John, yeah.
It was all hand tools, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mate, I got me saw out, my model making saw.
Like Jesus.
That's the one that's spelled S-A-W-R. It's your saw, Colin, isn't it?
Yeah, my saw.
A bit like Jesus.
Yeah, he's got a saw. He uses it on Ducatis.
And the beauty of it was she went, "Oh, you know, I've done a nice job of that." I'm figuring you know, you had to do it all by hand. She said, "You must be knackered." I went, "Yeah, I've just do a nice fry up. You look famished."
He's spoilt rotten. It spoils him rotten. Just catching up in the chat anyway. Where did I get? Oh, Bobbington's back in. He had a chicken once. That was tasty.
Very, very tasty. They're very tasty.
William Garraway's got a question. Hi, Smoo. I heard you are from Balerno. Well, so was I from 1960 and left in 82. My dad was in the army. I was in Germany till I was 3, and then Balerno till I was about 19. So it'd been late 80s I left Balerno, mate. Yeah, so yeah, that's it's just on the outskirts of Edinburgh. Munchkin Modelling Man. Right, okay, so we're talking about I don't know if you can see, I'll maybe just put the light down. No, that's white now. He sent me a nice wee shop card. In fact, can I peel it off the board?
Yeah, don't fall out of that chair, because I'd hate for you to fall out and crush that box of Jaffa cakes on your bench.
What are you trying to say? Right. So I think, I mean, we've all got, like, in the UK, it tends to be like stickers, because I've got a sticker board there, and it's like the E-models ones, and various different people who have got stickers send stickers out. But seemingly in America, the big thing is the shop cards. Now, I hadn't really heard of shop cards before. I imagined they were kind of like postcards. So Munchkin said he would send me a shop card. So that's, I'll just see if that'll come into focus. So that's the shop card, he said. Yeah. So it's a photo of a pencil drawing of Cincinnati, Ohio. The small tugboat heading to the right is my father piloting his boat, the Pioneer.
Cute, isn't it?
So he sent us all a wee shop card. I'll try and stick that back on the board.
Yeah, we'll reciprocate. I've got some artwork laid out. So,
you know, I've never been sent any stickers.
Haven't you really? Well,
no.
I'm due to get a run of mine done, so I'll send you some.
I've only got little ones, Mark, but if you send me a request, I'll send you some of mine.
Yeah, I'm going to get some made up. I didn't realise how expensive stickers are to get.
Yeah, that's why mine's are really small. So, yeah. Munchkin, I've sent you just one of my wee flyers and a couple of stickers back to you, mate, and I posted that Thursday, so 5-6 days it'll be there. So let us know when you get them, mate. Well, that's quite cool. It's actually a pencil drawing of your actual father piloting the boat. So that's quite cool. So that's interesting. So is that what all the shop cards are then? They're like postcard size things, Munchkin? Going back to Colin's truck, Paul Chapman saying, wow, that truck, Colin, very nice.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? You know, I just like quirky stuff. You know, it was a nice rework of a kit that I built 20 years ago, you know. So
You actually gave me ideas for my Peterbilt. I haven't done my own decals yet. I'm going to attempt to do my own decals, but mine won't be a full wrap, but it's give me an idea to customize the truck that I'm doing. So I'm going to give that a bash, and it's all we're calling self, so I'll probably be picking his brains and stuff. But John Reeves is going, nice Festa, obviously about your work that you showed. Jared's like, rad, Colin. I think they all like that truck. It's a bit like, it's a step up from your transit van, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got my transit van just here. I don't know whether some of the people might not have seen it, so let's just dig it out.
Yeah, a lot of new people come into the channel call, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Italieri transit van that Fox built.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've done a decal wrap on it.
Oh, but you cut all your doors open as well, didn't you?
Yeah. I just, because I bite my fingernails, so I'll...
get an applicator device.
I'll get a tool.
A spudger for opening things.
Yeah. There you go. And that's my take on it. And it's got a light inside. And I've got Hobby Zone bench.
I like the roll of kitchen roll there on the end, yeah.
You got Hobby Zone in there. You got
snap-on roll cab, yeah.
Yeah, you got a snap-on roll cabinet. You've got a spray booth. You've got an airbrush in its airbrush holder.
Recoil for the airbrush and that. Now,
tool chest. And I've got a little bloke that is going to sit in the chair, which is going to be me building the transit.
Turn it slightly anti-clockwise, Colin, and I'll tell you when to stop. Other anti-clockwise. Stop. Right, now, if you look there, you'll see the red snap-on toolbox, and there's a white cabinet to its right. Yeah. Above that, he's got lots of the little MIG paints, and there's one with a red top on it. Like, hold it there.
Yeah,
the red top on it, the same as what Ted's got.
Yeah, that's my little nod to Ted over at E-Models. So, yeah, I've got a little bloke in a chair to go on it, and that's going to be me sat in the transit, building the transit.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that one, because that was the initial one, but you've still got to do you.
You know, that was a decal wrap, and there's a video of that on my YouTube channel, Festa 67's Workshop. Nice plug on how I print and make them. But, you know, that's an Italieri gas van.
Some people did make comments that the video was rather long, and I have to say apologies, because it was people like myself asking Colin to go into more detail. So he's on that video where he's doing the decal wrap. He's actually went into how to use the software, how to resize all the images, how to print out the decals, how to make them, the paper, and the application. So it does end up an hour's video, but it's well worth a watch if you're
thinking. I did get someone moan at me because it, you know, was too long. It's like, well, you know, the people that asked me to make the video wanted
in-depth,
specific detail in depth. So I've made a video for them. Hit fast forward, it don't hurt.
Yeah, you can't do it in 10 minutes, Colin. I need to nip to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, that's kind of what I did with that and the trucks. And my next one is going to be a DAF 95 that I'm going to sort of Mad Max up a bit. I know it's not the one out of the film, but it'll do. I use an HP 5520 all-in-one printer, Johnny, for my decals, and I use decal A4 paper, and I use a sealant. Let me get it for you. I don't know what your equivalent in Australia would be, but over here I use Plastic Coat Clear Sealer as a fixative. And I put
how much is that?
That's about a £5 a can, mate.
Yeah, because that's all I missed. Because I watched your Decal making thing. Unfortunately, I watched it after I'd been and bought my sheets of Decal.
Yeah.
My Decal sheets. And I bought the clear ones.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I can still get it to work. It's not a problem. But I wasn't aware that was an issue. The fact that they don't print white. So yeah, but I just need to get that plastic coat now.
Yeah, that's what I use, and all of these decals on the bike, they're all printed.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it a go. I was surprised out. I mean, I got a big pack of Decal sheets, and I'm guessing they last quite a while because I'm not sure how many's in there. I think there might be about 50.
Yeah, I've got a big,
for a tenner.
Yeah, you know, and I tend to do it in runs on Photoshop where I know I'm doing, say, 4 or 5 decal wraps, Decal wraps, and so that you can get as many onto a sheet of paper as you can, and then print it. And you know, but yeah, I mean, I use a laser printer. You can use laser printer. What's mine? Inkjet printer with fixative. You can use laser printers as well.
Yeah, mine's just an inkjet. I'll be interested to see. Do you use third-party inks or do you use genuine inks?
No, I only use genuine inks.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see.
Inks tend to not react too well to the clear sealer, and then they're just not the same quality. So make sure you use a fixative though if you're using inkjet, because otherwise you'll end up with very sticky globules of decal ink and paper. It's like, but no, give it a go, Mark. At the end of the day, you'll enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, I think it's going to open up a lot of possibilities for me, where before I didn't have any. For example, the astronaut. The astronaut does not have the decal with it. The original one comes with stars and bars, whatever it is, stars and stripes on his. Well, I can make that now, and I could even probably make a Union Jack one instead of the stars and stripes.
With me cat that I did, you know, the AT&T build, you know, that was all my own decals. The Barry Sheen bike, you know, the rider and the bike, I changed the colour scheme of the levers and the bike for a particular race. Well, none of them decals were available. So
was that the guy you cut in half?
Kenny Roberts, wasn't it?
Oh,
I print all these decals for his levers. Yeah, I hang drawer and quartering because it didn't fit the bike, wasn't it?
Because you had the standard, was it Tamiya Rider figure or something like that? And
yeah, and you have to chop them up to get them to fit the bike. You know,
we're on about the decals, and Mark had said he'd got the clear stuff. I heard when I was in the bathroom. Have you actually tried printing with clear stuff, Con? Because obviously, if you don't have there'll be advantages.
Clear, mate. It depends on what I'm printing.
Right.
If I want vibrant, vivid colour, I'll print it on white decal paper, and then you have to cut it colour. But the transparent stuff does work. It depends on what you're wrapping, mate.
But if you're doing something like clear ghost flames or something like that, you could do that in a transparent as long as there wasn't too much white in it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And as long as none of the colours or the base colours are the same as the decal colours, if that makes sense. Because
right. Yeah.
But it's the same on anything, you know. I mean, the Honda there, I used white paper and then went over with a paintbrush and just pinstriped any of the decal I didn't want shown.
But you often do something. This is where I need to get myself Photoshop. When you know that you're using white paper on a coloured background, whether it be a metallic blue or whatever, when you're in Photoshop, you take a photograph of the bike in good lighting or whatever, so it's the bike you're doing.
Oh yeah, and I'll
I do drag and drop the actual colour that the surround's going down. So when you're cutting round, you don't have to get right in every letter. You've got a colour fade.
Yeah, I use the paint dropper, and it'll take almost like a clone stamp of that colour off that photograph, and then you can apply that as a background. It's a bit like the A380 I did, the Virgin one that's hanging from me ceiling. I put my own decals on that. You know,
it's a shame that's up on the ceiling. I don't know if you've posted pictures up on the dungeon of that one. You might have done it on Festus, but Colin did a nice jet that normally comes with. Is it Lufthansa that come with standard, Colin?
Yeah.
And he made his own Virgin graphic. Oh, it's beautiful the way it flows up over the tail. I'm impressed with it.
I'll post a photo on my phone into the dungeon for you, mate.
Yeah. The question I had for Colin was, because I've not built many commercial aircraft. Some come with like just little holes for the windows, and some come with little plastic bits at the back. I couldn't figure out how he'd managed to get all the little holes for the windows, and it was all decals. It's just clever stuff.
Yeah, I just scanned in the clear decal window surrounds that came with it, went into Photoshop and dropped in black colour in all the windows, and then the ones that I wanted to look like lights were on, I just left clear. That was it.
Right, I'm just going to catch up with chat again. Right, so we've covered Munchkin's lovely top card that he sent myself and Colin, so thanks for that. And John and Jared and Vamp are all going really nice about the truck. Munchkin saying he's doing a big rig group build this January, hosted by Ferret Man. I've not heard of the Ferret Man in that Munchkin. We tend to watch sort of the UK guys builders, but interesting to know where all the group builds are. Frankie goes to Hobbywood. Hiya, mate. Cool decals on your truck, Colin. John Reeves is giving it wow. Munchkin liked your bike as well. Now, here's an interesting one. John's got to sell a brush, and it's still, pardon me, a new airbrush, and it's still in the box for 3 years. He's scared of it.
No, don't be scared of it, mate. Dig it out. Give it a
It becomes quite intuitive. It's the hardest part about, for me, as a novice. I mean, Colin and John are both done professional spraying and murals and stuff like that. But as regards of, if you've ever sprayed with a rattle can, it's pretty much like that. The hardest part is getting your air pressure right and the mixture of your paint right. And it's a hard thing to learn at first, but once you get against it, give it a go, get it out, give it a try, practice on, get brown paper and just use water and practice doing wee fine lines and squiggles and writing your name. And a lot of people do that, they get the brown paper. I mean, Colin, what would you suggest? I mean, or John, if you're picking up an airbrush for the first time and you don't want to use paints necessarily, you can do it with water and brown paper, can't you? And
yeah, you can just, fucking a ream of paper and cheap artists paint, as long as you're thinning it okay, just sit there and do lines, shapes, and I've got that as over the years where you can draw with an airbrush. I could do
you could see the pencil lines and
draw of someone on a sheet of paper with an airbrush.
I would say, if I could just interject, if when you start you get yourself a cheap airbrush, you're going to hear a lot of people going to tell you to stay away from the cheap airbrushes, get the best one you can, and that's solid advice. But if you can't afford that, what you can do is, when you get your new airbrush, the cheap one, take out the needle, get some Brasso wadding, and gently rub that up and down the needle.
Because they're usually quite roughly finished, Mark, eh?
Oh yeah, I've used micro mesh on my cheap Chinese knockoffs.
Yeah, and because the difference it makes is huge.
Yeah.
Because when they come, they're quite rough, the needles. And the one thing you'll notice, if you look at a brand new cheap Chinese one compared to a Harder and Steenbeck or an Iwata or something like that, the needle finish is much different.
The grinding and engineering.
Yeah. But just by doing that, you can save yourself a bit of heartache. And
another thing I've heard is a lot of people use beeswax to help boost.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, but yeah, I've heard that.
You
Right.
know, I've used micro mesh on all my Chinese knockoff ones because I use them for primers and gloss coats and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great workhorses. What about you, John? Any tips for somebody new that's airbrushing without a big, just a brief?
Oh, basically, if you've just bought yourself an airbrush and you want to see what it does, get yourself some A4 paper and get some ink.
All right, for local art shops. Yeah,
that's how I learned. I just went and got a jar of calligraphy ink in black.
All right, yeah. Do you have to thin ink? Or do you not have to thin it?
No, it's just calligraphy ink. It's just ordinary ink. It's like water.
And how would you wash it out after using it?
I just washed it out with water.
It's water, so it's water based. Okay, right.
Yeah, the stuff I got, and all I got myself an artist sketch pad.
Oh, the big ones, because you can get yourself one of those trestle things. What do you call it that the artist's using? Just.
Oh yeah. But I just got myself an A4 sketch pad. Turned the top page over. I loaded it up with the first cut. I filled the cup with ink. I thought, right, switch the compressor on.
If you're using ink, so you would have to turn your pressure down really low, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But if you're starting out and you're thinking, right, here's my airbrush, I've got a tool pulled up, what does it do? And you go to see what it does. And you just start by spraying on a piece of paper, pulling the needle backwards and forwards, and see what patterns you can do. Do figure of eight, squiggles, squirrels, waves.
See, I know it was like try and do a dot and then a dot and a dot without getting splatters, and then do thin lines and then thin lines to thick lines.
Yeah. And that's all I used was ordinary ink.
What about you, Davey? Are you in the middle of something at the moment?
No. I went to what was it? There was a place down on the coast. I went for a day's airbrushing lesson.
Oh, like the things that Steve Puffer does at Barwell. He actually has courses where you can go in and spend a day and.
Yeah, and you can try out different airbrushes and find out which one suits you best and all the rest of it. And they was all saying start off using paper first and use some cheap paint or use some ink and just basically just play around with it and get used to it and find out what you can do with it and what you can't do with it.
As Colin says, it's like once you get to grips with it. I mean, mine's a 0.5, so I can go as fine as maybe like if you were to draw a thick felt tip line. Because these are 0.5s, but if you get down to a 0.3 or a 0.2, as Colin says, once you get a grip with pressure and how far to pull the needle back or the trigger back, you can do pencil lines. I haven't.
You know, you can do individual hairs on a.
Yeah.
That was an interesting topic. So, John, any problems with that?
It's a really steep learning curve. Don't get me wrong, but play with your equipment. Adjust.
I can't say play with your equipment. Sorry.
Just remember. Just remember. You're in charge of the tool. The tool isn't in charge of you.
So, John, if need be, one night, if you're wanting a wee bit of one-on-one with people that know how to use an airbrush, send us a private message. You've got me on your friends list, and we can pull you in with Colin, and he can talk you through stuff or John.
Sit here and set up several.
I mean, the issue is they won't understand the word you're saying is because it's like, God, no, aye, goodness, aye, fucking surely.
I'll get a word in a minute. John is on about doing some stuff on his YouTube as well, which is going to be, setting up Airbrush and how to do it and ABCs on airbrushing. So, keep an eye out for it. And,
one of the things that drove me insane when I first started airbrushing, I'd say, like, so how thin do I go? And all you'd ever get was about the consistency of milk.
It doesn't always work, yeah.
And that was like, how is that helpful? Milk, depending on whether you have skimmed, full fat, semi-skimmed, is different thicknesses. Yeah. And it didn't help me at all. And in the end, I mean, I really struggled to come to grips with airbrushing initially. In the end, I linked up with somebody and they told me how to mix the paint.
See, I was told more than the milky consistency. Listen to your airbrush. If it's hissing at you, it's too thick. It's trying. Turn your pressure up above. I mean, John was trying to say something there. On to you, John. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is it. That's my fine detailed one.
That's like Colin's one with the little Mac valve up front.
Yeah. That's fitted with a 0.1 needle. Right.
0.1. Fucking hell. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what Connor was on about. This is fine detail work. I got the H&S with a 0.2. All right. And that has got a 0.5 in it.
That's a Chinese knockoff. That's a the opposite one. The siphon.
Yeah, I've got Chinese knockoffs that I use for my gloss coats.
Yeah, because they're ideal for me. I watched the guy on YouTube, and he goes through how to turn a cheap Chinese knockoff into something decent, right?
Yeah,
that's exactly what I've done with that, because it's ideal for spraying metallic plate. Polish the needle, polish the tip.
The only problem with siphon feed is obviously you've got the little bottles, and I know a lot of people have a spare bottle with like a flush for the flushing through, but it's more cleaning because you've got to clean the bottles out, whereas a gravity feed, you just kind of scoop it out.
You know, my pistol grips.
All right, going to Colin now. Yeah.
You know, I've got the pistol grips there now.
They're not as cheap as people make out, though. They say, you know.
That one's the Neo.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is the knockoff.
And they're both side feed, yeah.
Both side feed, purely and simply, you know, a lot of people don't like side feed. They go there a ball ache to clean. Actually, they're not that bad. But I field strip them. Even the triggers come off and the valves come out and everything, you know.
You could make one of them on your 3D printer, couldn't you?
Yeah, you know, but they're an absolute godsend. You know, that does all my gloss coats. I mean, look how, you know, that fits in my hand beautifully because I use the side feed of the carp as a grip. So if I'm having a bad hands day, and then I'm just flicking the lever. So
see, I've just got two iWater Revolution CRs. They're both 0.5s, and this one I use only for my clear coats, and the other one I use as my workhorse. But it's get what you can afford. But I mean, you get a lot of people with mobility problems or grip issues and that, and I know Colin suffers from it with his condition and that, and Fox does as well. And they say go for the Trigger Neo from iWater. It's not a cheap brush.
They're not cheap, mate.
No, they're not cheap, but triggers are definitely the way forward because I've got the.
Have you got triggers as well?
Yeah, I've got my Mr. Robbie one with the Mac valve.
Yeah, I'll leave that one.
I've got this one. I use this one mainly for when I'm spraying my car bodies.
Up above you, put your.
And then I've got this little.
We can't see it, mate.
Oh no, hang on it. How's that?
Oh, right, yeah.
So that one's for the car bodies. That one's for like all my little detail work.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer this one because I prefer the trigger grip.
So do you have a problem with grip in that as well?
This one gets a little bit uncomfortable if I'm using it quite a lot.
For long periods, yeah, because you get a lot of people that cramp when they've got. I don't have that problem with the cramp nut, but I can see how it could be.
Yeah, I get what they call arm pump. It's what motorcyclists get when they're pulling down on the throttle, and you get spasticity in your forearms.
But that's what I use for priming and any other shit work because it's just a
general workhorse.
It's a single action Badger 200, but it does the job.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a siphon one, but you know, it does what I need it to do.
If you didn't mind the clean up, right? I'm just going to quickly catch up the chat again. That was a good one about airbrush. So thanks for those questions. I'm getting a wee bit of echo. Thanks for those questions, John. As I say, you've got my personal contact details. If one evening we can arrange to meet up in a non-live hangout, I'm pretty sure Colin or John will help you out with your airbrush if you want to ask about pressures and mixtures and stuff. What's Munchkin saying? It's all cool. You guys are great. Ah, cheers, mate. We were talking about the shop cards thing. Aries Styling is saying his card is actually like a brochure. Yeah, like a little flyer. Nickel Pickle says, hi guys, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh.
Everything.
Munchkin saying, yeah, some are that size. I have one that's the size of a model box. Vamp is saying, mine comes in postcard size and full A4 size and stickers. So it seems to be that the UK seems to be onto the stickers thing. Or it might just be, you know, what we're used to, like the ISM have got stickers and E-models have got stickers, and America and other countries tend to be more like postcards. I don't know. Colin probably answered this. Johnny Blank is asking, what sort of printer do you need for decals, inkjet or laser?
I use an HP 5520 inkjet. Just use a fixative like a plastic coat clear sealer or other sealers are available, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, although people rave about laser, inkjets gives you better colour saturation for decals, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Eric Stein saying he's looking at making his own. If you go over to Festa 67's workshop, there's a really in-depth video about making your own decal. Yeah, that's one about the different ones. Bobbington says, don't use crayons, Mark.
Don't use what?
Don't use crayons when you're making decals.
Right, yeah.
Munchkin Model Man saying Jeff's Models Garage is who we call Ferret Man. Yeah, as I say, I don't get time to watch a lot of YouTube. We're either broadcasting, hanging out, or building stuff. Airy Styling saying everyone is in Acme from the south. All right. Now here's one. If you're out in the sticks and you want to airbrush, right? Because Vamp has been quite good at making his own sort of airbrush compressors and stuff. He went back old school, a bicycle tube for scared airbrushers or first timers with food colouring, water on paper. Yeah, or you used to get the big inner tubes out of JCBs if you didn't have a compressor with old Schrader valve. John Reeves says, I've been used to the TRN1. That's a trigger brush, isn't it, Cole? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the UMP Apex.
Yes. Brush. Yeah, it's a pistol grip. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to clean up, but then, you know, I field strip my airbrushes anyway. I always have done.
That's the biggest tip you've gave me. I used to do like colour change flush outs and that, and used to get a lot of problems spraying. Now that I actually field strip after every session, my spraying's a lot better, especially when I'm doing shiny.
Yeah.
The Apex is... Sorry, Claude?
It's just the force of habit. I mean, John will relate to this, you know, where it was our living. At the end of the day, you field stripped all your brushes and really gave them a good deep clean, you know, and that was part of your routine, you know.
It's a good habit to get into, I suppose. If you equate, like, say, you know, a £30,000 car that you're doing a spray job on, and then you're doing a £20 model. Yeah,
I mean, the pistol grips, the field strip, can be a little bit more intense because obviously you got the trigger mechanism and that, but, you know, I tend to give them a really good clean out with the airbrush cleaners and brushes and that, and probably field strip on 1 in 4. But the other ordinary push button airbrushes, I just field strip every time.
Obviously, what I'm doing, if I'm spraying like a tank or whatever, I'm using 2 or 3 colours and they're all acrylics. It's fine to just do like the flush through colour change kind of thing, but you need to field strip it at the end.
You know, I mean, that's why I went for my Infinity, because, you know, the pinch tip and the ease of stripping the nozzle off and things like that, you know, it's just like, and for me, I'm going right down to a 0.1 needle on it. So.
John was on about the UMP Apex brush. Is that not a Badger? Derivative?
Yeah, it's a Badger-based airbrush, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good little airbrush. They've got the dual needle on them, isn't they? Is it 0.3?
Well, it's tape. It's got this kind of needle.
Like a taper on it. You know?
I've got an Apex, and yeah, I've got on really well with it. Apart from one thing, it's tarnished along the the nickel has tarnished along the back in like spatters.
You do get that with nickel brushes, though. They don't stand up as well as chrome.
And you can't get it off. And it doesn't, you know, I've got in touch with Paul, and he's basically said, no, you know, there's nothing you can do about it.
It's the same way, like you get some other brushes as well. I mean, that are nickel plated. Nickel doesn't stand up as well as chrome.
No, I think that's what. You know, it's, I just wish I could find a way of getting rid of it. I don't know how it's got there. It's like spatters of something has landed on it, or
it's a chemical reaction, because actually nickel is a coating that goes underneath chrome when they're plating. So you're kind of doing away with the chrome. You've got the nickel underneath, but you get that with all nickel brushes. So it's not.
But it's a good workhorse. Yeah, it's got the tapered tip at the front, as Colin was saying.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a good all-round brush. I tend to use mine for priming and stuff like that, and then I use my Iwata for the smaller stuff.
Breaking news from Thermonuclear Bobbington. He had a budgie once that flew out the window, but at least it wasn't a parrot, mate. Munchkin said, I have used a plastic spoon. Are you on about for... yeah, there is actually a break-off from the Boom Hut. It's called the Spoon Hut, and it's all about people testing paints out in spoons. Bobbington saying, wow, nice, just seen the jet. So Colin's obviously posted it up. I'll go to the dungeon in a bit. We're doing really well tonight. Vamp's on about the cheap Chinese airbrushes. If you swap out the body rubbers, which are usually like neoprene or whatever, which aren't solvent safe, when that got 100% beeswax, you get a tighter seal.
Yeah.
Sergeant Bones is in. How you doing, Sarge? Oi, me hearties. Just checking. I'm catching up. Sorry, he was late. He's playing a game with his sons. Yeah, family time's good. World of Warships. Yeah. What's Vamp saying? Yeah, we're paint mixer on to okay, I've got a paint mixing. Expat says he uses a 1.5 needle on his Infinity and can spray most paints through it. Yeah, apart from thick, stiny primers and that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sarge kind of mixes up as he goes. Bobbington is away to sleep. Catch up later. See you, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah. Vamp says the usual stuff with airbrushes, getting used to the trials and tribulations of clogs, blocks, etc. Learn yourself. Yeah. Spidey, shall I shock you? I'm having a cup of tea. Good man. Just not normal crap tea though, fancy clipper tea. Oh god. Let me guess, you pre-warm the cup to 68 degrees and then put your Darjeeling in it. Sarge is going, dear God, the world's coming to an end. Spidey's drinking tea. More chat about airbrushes. Spidey's been on the drink. Oh dear.
Can I just add that one of the benefits of the Apex brush is it's got a wide neck at the bottom. So
for cleaning them out.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier to clean than some of the others. You know, it's really quite wide at the bottom. And I know with my Harder and Steenbeck one, that was the one that I found the most fiddly to clean. You know, I
had a Harder Steenbeck, and yeah, I found it fiddly to clean. But
it's not difficult. I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't want anyone to think, well, what are you on about? It's fiddly to clean. Out of all of them, if you were to clean them all, you know, the Harder and Steenbeck was the most claustrophobic. In
courses and what you're used to. I mean, it's all about your feel and how you feel for cleaning it and stuff like that.
I think the selling point for me with the H&S one was the whole tip assembly, because obviously with my grip issues becoming more
tiny wee nozzle,
tiny tip with the spanner and that, I've been shearing quite a few recently because, you know, I'm getting claw fingers and
they're bloody expensive as well. I mean, for a clean nozzle,
I can just unscrew it and pull the lot off, and it's, for me, it's a larger chunk for me to handle.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the eye water tool for taking nozzles out.
My Mr. Hobby one's quite similar, where you know you can take off the whole brush head, although it's got a brass tip on it. I can take it off with the head, so I tend to do it that way when I clean.
They call it a floating nozzle, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it is. You know,
I mean, a lot of it as well is
H&S are better than anything else. For me personally, the whole bulkiness of that one thing was the selling point.
Yeah.
Airbrush is a very personal choice. You know, it's personal to you, and what I or somebody else might say, I don't know, don't get that, stay away from that. It's no good.
It's all about weight, feel.
Yeah.
You know, I've got Chinese knockoff, I've got Neo for Iwata, I've got a Mr. Hobby sat there, I've got an H&S. I'm not going to sit here and go one airbrush is better than the other. They've all got their unique attributes, but my grip issues on a bad day, a pistol grip, the H&S for its large nozzle.
I mean, that's what Sarkis on about. He gets carpal tunnel, so it triggers a needed piece of equipment. But it basically boils down to its quality of manufacturer, and your own personal needs. Do you like the feel of it, the weight of it, and can you strip it down and clean it and maintain it? And you'll go towards.
Yeah, I mean, if the Apex had a H&S style nozzle unit, then I would have got an Apex. You know?
I think it's more like the Iwata, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
The tiny little brass needle jet, and the fact that if you go too far, you snap it, and I just haven't got that.
Yeah. It is on. I'm sure it's on a floating nozzle as well. It's got the big brass.
Airbrushes for ages. I've actually got a model making related question for Johnny Blythe down in Australia.
Oh, right.
We've opened a packet of the air dry clay, but it's gone rock hard. Any way of saving it?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Once it's cured,
once it's gone off, it's gone off. I would have said.
You can try wetting it. Vamp's saying microwave for a bit.
Yeah, I've heard that you can wet them and then put it in the microwave, but I don't know how reliable that is.
When clay dries, it's a bit like cement. It emits thermal heat, and there's actually
it's you know, the molecules bond, don't they? Sorry, I'm scratching my armpit. How rude of me. Yeah, I think it goes off. It goes off.
I think that once that stuff's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. Actually, that's another thing I want to get into is sculpting.
You and me both. I'd love to be able to sculpt some of my own figures, because I'm getting a little bit fed up with the figures that are on sale. They're not quite what I want to do. I'd rather.
Are you creative enough to do, like, you know, do a little figure and it's all the texture and the
there's only 10.
You know, did dioramas in clay and things, but this is where I'm getting into the 3D side of things as well, with me printer set up and that, you know. So
no, I'd love to be able to sculpt a figure.
Regarding Mark's airbrush about the nickel, you can get them replated. Find somebody that does electroplating.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's not an essential. It's just how can I put it? You know, when you've got some and there's nothing wrong with it, but that you notice a blemish on it. You've got a model or whatever, it's got a blemish on it, a tool.
Just
and you just keep noticing it every time you use it. You keep noticing it. There's nothing at all wrong with it.
It's aesthetically annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just at some point I have spilt something on it.
It'll be some chemical reaction with nickel.
Yeah, it might even been sweat in my hand, you know.
Expert's saying his badgers have got the H&S type nozzle. Now, I'll let you guys chat amongst yourself while I have a quick look at the dungeon, because we're already at 11 o'clock. It's been a quick
you carry on, mate. You fire. Yeah,
the dungeon one usually.
Tried badger. I mean, me Mr. Robbie one. You know, I tend to take the nozzle head off with the nozzle on it, you know. But you're loading up the dungeon, are you, Terry? But yeah, you know,
Look, yeah.
different airbrushes out there for different people. It's just obviously my personal preference with my dexterity is something that I looked at.
Well, that was done with a Badger 150.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. I know people that have got Chinese knockoff airbrushes that have gone out and bought needle jets and seals and remade the airbrush around them core components. And you know, I still use my Chinese knockoff brushes for primers and gloss coats and matte coats.
It's quite funny when we talk about Chinese stuff, we're saying knockoff, It's like they can't design anything of their own, but they're...
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny. I really got into ripping all my airbrushes recently because obviously I've been building, as you know, Terry. And I wanted to check which ones had rubber O-rings and which ones had Teflon. And there was only one of my original, real dirt cheap Chinese brushes that didn't have PTFE seals. You know, and it was only the one, and the seals in the others would fit it anyway. And I sat there and I micro-meshed all the needles, all the tips and everything, and I've sat and sprayed with every single one of them, and they're so much different. There's a great YouTube video on there where a guy is going out to make a cheap brush more reliable and improve it. Go and watch it and try the techniques on one of your Chinese brushes. It's night and day, mate.
Actually, Colin.
Yes, Mark.
Just checking, but that is the needle out of an Apex.
Oh, that's quite chunky, isn't it? Do you want to move your hand back a bit because you're
hold on, so I can see what you can see. So it's not a tiny little.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, that's a floating nozzle.
That's a nozzle.
That's the floating one.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah, that gives you the.
Yeah, it gives you
like a 0.2 sometimes, but you pull it back further and it's more like a 0.5. Yeah.
So, and that just, you just slide that over the
needle.
And that's it, job done. I mean, and then the front two sections, the smallest one would be this front cap.
Yeah.
The front cap, yeah.
Which you can reverse. I've never reversed it, but you can put it. But I always have it that way because it helps protect the needle. Yeah, and so there is no tiny little.
Vamp's actually saying he's taken parts from more expensive brushes and put them in these cheapy ones.
Yeah, that's what we was on about. People improving Chinese airbrushes by putting needles, tips, and things like that. So there you go, peeps. Good entry level brush there, mate. An Apex.
Nigel's saying he would like an airbrush especially for metallics. Any advice, or should I research?
I want to do a little tiny. Is it called a Neo?
Oh,
it's a single action. It's not a double.
Yeah, the SP2 or whatever they call it.
And that's basically made for metallics.
See, the thing is, I use a lot of metallic lacquers. You can spray lacquers or metallics through any type of airbrush. What I would say is, if you can afford it, get a separate brush for your metallics, because it's really hard to clean metallic brushes out.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, in an ideal world, like John was saying, you would have airbrushes that you would use your ordinary acrylics through and other airbrushes that you would solely use for hot paints.
Yeah. Well, that comes as you evolve in the hobby, doesn't it? I mean, I had one to begin with. I'm now lucky enough to have two, and I'm looking at a third one on Wish, believe it or not. And it's metallic red. The whole thing's metallic red, and it's £17.
Yeah, I'm looking at a third brush, but I've got one that's my workhorse and one that only gets clear lacquer strip.
Yeah.
So there's no metallic flakes, no other colours, just clears. But it's harder to clean out an airbrush that's only had clear strip because you can't see if there's any paint or.
Yeah, that's why I use my Chinese brushes for my clear coats, you know, because I can put some, you know, neat IPA or fucking white spirits or you name it, or go in it to clean it out, you know.
We'll just.
And these come in handy. I got these out of Lidl. They're magnetic trays.
Oh, that's mechanics.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're taking apart metal parts of your airbrush or your little spanner, you just drop it in there.
The problem is most airbrushes are brass, so they wouldn't.
Yeah, but some you know, it's handy for little tiny metal bits that you use. You know, I think maybe the drill bit.
Yeah, mechanic one. Yeah.
Yeah, the drill bit sticks. So
I would be against putting a steel needle in a metallic tray in case it picked up.
I won't even put a needle in an ultrasonic.
No, neither will
I hand clean my needles. I won't put them in an ultrasonic cleaner because if they're oscillating against the edge, they're just
the tip. Right, I think I shall go on and do the dungeon. A lot of you guys have put a lot of nice stuff in, and Colin's uploaded some stuff. So I'm clicking it on me. You can still see the little guys in the bottom. I'm not going to go full present. So if they're all sitting going, blah, tell me. Yeah, Colin, I can still see you doing that. I've not clicked across yet, you bastard.
yeah,
this is my favourite part of the show.
well, Terry, we don't have to look at you on the big screen, mate.
Yeah, you bastard. Smoo's Dungeon. It's Colin myself set it up. We love everybody sharing their work. If you're not a member, please do join. It's facebook.com/groups/Smoo's Dungeon. Festa does have his own page as well, which is Festa's workshop group.
Yeah, I'll put some link in the chat. Just click our names.
Yeah. So we also have a link. Colin's very proactive on this one. If you're YouTubers at all and you make videos about model making related stuff, please do add your YouTube URL to the pin post at the top of the page. And the idea being that we all sub to each other, cross sub and that, and it lets us get more features and stuff in YouTube. Right. So for those that haven't seen it, I'll let Colin talk you through this beautiful bike that was a bargain find, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was just trying to get a link to work. What?
No bother. We're currently showing your CBR Fireblade. That wasn't a Fireblade. That was a bright yellow thing when you first got it.
You're not screen sharing anything, mate.
Ah, right. Okay. What I'll do now is I'll click on screen share.
that was a test, weren't it, Terry?
I've done a TED. I've done a TED. There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah. That was. You're still not presenting because it's on Mark now.
Oh, for God's sake, Terry.
Hi.
Oh, come on, Terry. Sort it out, man.
Fucking hell, he has a week off and he loses his ability to do a presentation now.
Right. Is it locked on me now?
Yes, it is, mate. Yeah, that was a nice mustard yellow colour, wasn't it? When I got that.
Banana yellow. Banana.
Yeah, I got it off of the flea bay as a die cast kit and stripped it all down, polished the frame, primed it all and done it as a Repsol Honda CBR Fireblade. Printed out my own decals. John kindly sent me some Repsol orange paint to do the wheels. And yeah, I've LED lit it. All the indicators work, headlights and brake lights work. And
I'm quite interested in the background with a new chant going Steino, 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 and there's a nice bit of flesh tone sitting there as well.
Yeah. I tend to forget when I take photos that I've got the dominatrix in the corner. So apologies to anyone who's offended. Don't be. It's
So apologies, I didn't realise I wasn't screen sharing, but yeah, Facebook.com group. Yeah. Moving on. So yeah, this is a bit of a better picture of his truck that he did with his decal wrap. I think that looks fantastic. So there you go. That's the wee decal wrap on Colin's truck. And what else has he got? Oh, there's the what. Right, this is just some of his work. So we'll go. I love this plane, the one with all the Virgin Atlantic and all that down it. What an Airbrush vehicle?
am I back?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I did a TED then.
Okay.
I clicked the back button to go to get the link for the next page, and I fucking clicked the wrong button.
Oh dear. Right, I think that's an Airbus A380, but it came with Lufthansa.
Oh yeah, it was the Tamiya Burke Revell 144 scale Airbus A380 in Lufthansa livery, because Revell German airline.
Yeah.
And I decided to do a bit of a best of British and put our good friend Richard Branson's Virgin Atlantic on there.
That's brilliant.
So another one of your truck
Wow.
for the different sides. Oh, look at that. The laser eye on the bonnet and that.
And again, when I put the decals on there, they were squared off, so I've had to go around and just mist and feather the paint in with the airbrush, just so that it looks like the sprayed on look. So.
Ooh. Is that the one you've done before? It's Elf-Terror on it. Aye.
They're amazing.
You know, there's some random photos, and obviously one of the bench where I've been reworking it all, I think might be in there. I'm not sure.
Oh, you've got the Concorde in the background as well with the British Airways. Well,
Yeah, Concorde sat there. Yeah, we're sort of building at the moment at the house, so yeah, everything's kind of getting put in the man cave at the moment.
So we've got a picture up from Grant Ash, Italiere Iveco Highway Abarth. I did like the look of the Abarth. Now, I believe this is part of Paul Bretland's truck build over on ISM. That is smart. I like that. I was looking at that, the Abarth truck. That's 1/24 scale. Italiere, yeah. Cracking job on that, Grant. I do like my trucks, like. So I do like that one. People hear me all right? Just move my mic. What's Vamp been up to? This week's build slowly being done till he gets new tools. Bonnet and carbon fibre. Body's a deep, thick, hot metal violet alclad. But he's had a few problems. So this is what Vamp's working on. So he's doing a wee bit of the old carbon fibre. He likes his American cars. That's got a nice shine on it, that black. So there we go. Vampy doing cars. He's not chopped that one up like he does with his other ones with the side opening bonnets and everything. Oh, guess who's in? I've not seen him for a wee while. What's Alex been up to? Finish this zombie side conversion. Convert them from a coat to radioactive rat. That's Kenneth from Australia. So he's been doing a wee zombie side figure.
Thanks for sharing your work with us.
Yeah, cheers. I've never seen a finished pod. Yeah, because he put loads of spiky things in his tail and that wasn't there. He did a little bit of sculpting and that. That's pretty cool. You like some of these figures. And he's also been close to finishing Geralt from the Witcher 3 game. Quite interesting this one, his eyes. I didn't know he had like cat's eyes. I've never watched The Witcher or anything like that.
Yeah, I was saying to him, I think it was either in Chris's or the E-Models, that there's a TV show with The Witcher coming up in the UK. I don't know whether it's been on in Australia yet.
Yeah, it's a big buzz that I remember him showing us that. Now, Clinton, I like this one, Clint. A Revell 125 69 Camaro. Tamiya TS and XF paints, light metallic blue at this time. He put a detail plug lead set on, which makes all the difference in the engine bay. Let's get a wee look at this baby.
Oh, look at that.
I like the shape of some of these American cars. They're really pretty cool.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
Like that metallic blue, and it's got the white speed stripes up the middle, and they've been done really well. I do like the way you've done the speed stripes, and they're all. Or is that decals? Yeah. I put the plug leads. Plug leads do make a difference. Just wondered if you did them in the right firing order. Me being my usual. But yeah.
Does it count?
Oh, that's actually got quite a sexy ass on it. I like these American cars. I do like them. That's a cracking job, Clinton. I do like that. Very nice indeed, young man. Right, moving on. Bobbington, he's away, but he's been working on a Revell 132nd DAC Hawk. Just dry fitting, goes together well. So he's just basically at the start to build it up before he paints all the cockpit and stuff like that. Oh, it's no bad wee kit. It's a big scale, like. Or
Size that,
is the right term a small scale when you go 132? I can't remember. Right, expat. This week's work in progress and prints. What's expat been up to? A quick bit of Joker's bus finish ready to paint along with Batman. A diorama base he's been doing. Some ruined walls and some tabletop games stuff. This was all 3D printed. See, that's what I would use a 3D printer for.
Yeah.
Your dial bases and stuff. And that's 3D printed and all.
Well, that's
I explained to you the other night, Terry, that there is such a potential.
Yeah. I like that. That's pretty cool as well. But there doesn't seem to be all the lines that a lot of guys get. So I wonder what printer and stuff he's using. Because that's really quite nicely sculpted in that. And usually in a 3D printer, you've got all the lines. That's cool as well. All that for 3D printing. On the wee bike he's did as well. Haha, Mad Max. That's pretty cool. All 3D printed. Cracking stuff. Yeah.
It's once you've refined your software skills, and that is.
Right, mate, Johnny Blythe from Dan Anda. Tamiya Panzer 4 straight out of the box. But he's annoyed with the bloody thick Tamiya decals. He's used solver set and all that, give him a clear coat, but as soon as you start to put a washer on, they stuck out a mile. Sometimes get that with decals, eh? So yeah, nicely weathered. In the desert. What do they call the African? Oh, it's
Africa Core.
That's it.
Clues in the name, Terry, Africa.
But the decals, sometimes you catch a wee bit of the washes and stuff. It's not that bad though, mate.
It's nice, that, isn't it?
Yeah, a nice bit of rusty, a nice wee bit of weather in here and there.
Oh, that's looking good.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. I like he's obviously used pigments on the exhaust to get the raised. Sort of,
I mean, again, it's not overdone, is it? Sometimes station when you're weathering is you really slap it on there and it
overdo it.
It just looks nicely used, doesn't it? And obviously the guy climbs out the back, so you're going to get all the scuff marks on the back and everything like that, aren't you? Yeah, it's a nice tank, that, mate. Nice figure as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like that. I've got a couple of vehicles to actually do in desert colours. Archie, what's Archie been up to? He's done a little trench style by the looks of it. One guy reading that must obviously be the officer. Another guy sitting with his cup of tea. Well, that's quite good, actually. I like that.
Oh, no, that's good.
Expat saying it's a resin printer, Terry. That's why you can't.
The UV reactive resin.
Sounds expensive as well.
Stuart Bremner's finished his 172 Rebel Corsair. Now he's getting ready for paint on his 148th Harvard. Oh, that's nice. These things used to get bashed about quite a lot, didn't they? That's why you get all the chipping. And I don't know a lot about planes, but it looks nice. And that's his next wee project. That's Stuart Bremner's. Let's scroll down. Right, Sarah, that's Jared's wife. He's posted up. Now, this was this interesting one, this half-track one. 2 finished, and a gift from the wife, and a bear in his yard. Right, okay. I'm trying to remember what he called that one now. That was the one with the skeletons in the half-track. I'm trying to remember now.
Oh, wow, that's cool, isn't it?
It is. It's different, isn't it?
Mm.
I do like that. I can't remember what he called it. Oh, I've got one of them to build. Well, the front bit. I've not got the back bit to go with it.
Looks like that's a dragon wagon.
It is. That's nice.
Yeah, I've got one of them in the stash. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it.
I've got the front cab bit, but I didn't have the trailer. I do like that. So his wife got him that. That looks cool.
Ooh, dozer.
Yeah, I wonder if that's got a cat engine in it. Colin likes his cats. And apparently there was a bear. That's a real live bear. I wonder if it's Yogi.
Bear Essentials.
Yeah, I do like that. I absolutely love
That
it.
is nice. I like that.
He was talking about it, but I've forgotten totally what it was. But yeah, the bear in his yard today. So he's away out there.
Spidey Q8 is saying it's Rommel's rod, isn't it?
That's it, Rommel's rod. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Rommel's hot rod or something, weren't it?
Yeah, I just think that's gorgeous.
It's just got that quirky.
It's a patina on the.
Yeah, I love that sort of thing.
Because he was minded was asking about all the skeletons and stuff, and it's quite funny.
It's like the big car out of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen film, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I like that.
Look about it, that big gothic 6-wheel jobby, you know.
It's right unusual. Daniel Johnson has been doing. It's obviously it must be a build for Cantor or whatever. It looks like a 1/24th scale. Pardon me. Beetle. So he's got a wee bag. Little bag, British number plate. Yay. Nice little beetle there. With interior.
Yeah,
nice. You didn't get that in the smaller ones, and you get all the engine detail. See, that's what's missing off the smaller kits. Yeah, so a nice little bug there for Daniel. Let's keep going. Oh, right. I absolutely love this. Paul, you've done it again. His Jaguar build.
Oh, this is terrific.
And he's decided to do a diorama. Now, obviously, he's no scratch built the Jack. And the interested to know where you got the 2-poster ramp and the other accessories from, Paul. But
I think you can buy a Dio kit for a workshop.
I wish you could get one in 1/12 though.
Garage workshop kit, isn't it, or something with the
mechanic? Yeah, something like that. And it's got various tools, and it does have a hoist in it.
Yeah.
Interesting one for me, Paul. Did you strip the chrome off of that and repaint it, or is that the original kit's chrome? Because that's looking really nice. Because remember last week, was it last week or the week before, we looked at the interior and had the walnut dash and.
Oh, I love that dash. Brought back memories of the fun I had doing the Boot Hill Express hearse that you liked.
I would have thought with the work and effort he put into doing the dash, I would have thought he would have stripped the bumper and done it himself.
Yeah, be interesting to know what paints he used because that's really come up really nice. But I like the whole Dio aspect of the guys working on the car and that guy pointing going, I think it's the overhead ashtray. That's really excelled yourself again, Paul. I love that. It's really nice.
That's beautiful work, doesn't he?
Anybody interested in weather on that? Expats ordered put up another wee mag for you to look at. Right, Daryl, our Hawaiian friend, is making a Batwoman conversion using a Pamela Anderson figure. He's going to do some sculpting with epoxy sculpt. Fun build, painted the hair using Creatix Red. Figures 1/4 scale, so it's a biggie. He's still trying to find out who produced the kit and who the sculptor is, but he picked the kit up. So obviously, I'm not going to dwell on this one very long. I think that's Pamela Anderson. Is that Pamela Anderson? Okay.
Well, you would know, mate. You know, she's got attributes that only you would know about, mate.
Yeah. So he's sculpting and reworking it. and seeing all these markings and everything. So it's a work in progress at the moment. But I love how he chops kits up and changes them about. You can obviously see all the wee markings where he's wanting to alter stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely got, from the back, it's got that certain perspective that's, yeah, very nice. Great stuff as usual, Daryl. Yeah, I like that. Because it's flesh tones, isn't it? Let's fill it. Trumpeter, 172nd scale, TU16K. I think that must be the finishing photos on that one, because he's been working on that one for a wee while and he's lit it up. So that's Mr. Bobbington. Yeah, wee LEDs in there. That's a big old plane, actually, in 172nd scale. One tip lighting and everything like that. Good stuff. I like seeing folk putting LEDs in into their kits. Good stuff, Mr. Bobbington. What else have we got? Right, Sue. Oh, we did that last time. Sue's. Did we cover that? The RS16?
Sue's, yeah, I think I did it last week, mate.
Right.
You can redo it in case people haven't seen it.
Yeah, Sue, Paul Chapman's wife, has done the bell kits, Mark 1 Ford Escort RS1600. Driven by the late Paul Walker and Fast and Furious body. Female modeler turning out car like that. There you go.
Work, isn't it?
It's cracking. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, that's me pretty much caught up with the dungeon, but I just wanted to share somewhere down here. There's a parrot post. Oh, Ray from Malta. Well, I knew I nearly missed one. He's working on a ninja at the moment. Now, that looks an interesting homemade jig. So he's made a wee jig up. So he's working on the ninja. Oh, it's the first time I've seen Ray posting anything up. So he likes his bikes. I like that. And that's I'm working that little door off to the right-hand side of John. That's what's on the other side of the door. And there's Ray doing some stock and inventory stuff on behalf of John. That's a nice wee...
yeah, that's the proper jig, that is, mate. Yeah. It's not like the cheap Festas knockoff that I use.
I think we covered Vamps. What do you call him? The guy out of Star Wars?
General Grievous.
Grievous. He did a Grievous. There was no bodily harm. That was Vamp. No, the one I was trying to find was Paul had put one up and it was a dashboard. And I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, it's further down, mate.
Taylor's uploaded a few videos. That's Philip's plane. We've covered that.
Yeah,
right, here we go. Right. I don't know if we shared this the last time, but he'd been working on the engine and the engine bay and all that, but the best bits to come. That is absolutely gorgeous. That walnut dash. Absolutely love it. I was just going back to see that one because that was I love that.
Dogs, isn't it, mate?
And then he's sort of the way he's got the leather and the wee bit of weathering on it, make it look nice and old, and that is the dog's danglies. Yeah, so that's pretty much it from the dungeon. I'll come back in the room. Hello.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm back.
Scary man's back. It's a man with a Brillo pad on his head.
I'm back in the room. Brillo pad. You bastard. Yeah. Excuse me. I was just having a little stretch there. So, how's all the guys in the chat? We're still doing well. We've still got 30 folk tuned in.
Yeah, they're all doing really well, mate. Yeah.
Also, Expats printers, a proper resin one with the UV. They're
free. Was it 360 quid? He says.
Was that? Oh,
that's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know how dear the resin in that is, but it gives a lot nicer prints than the wee linear, liney. And I still don't have Jaffa cakes on my bench.
No, I had noticed. It's all right. Punishment will be swift and brutal.
Frankie He goes to Hobby say,
Can you record that, please, Colin, so that we can all see it?
See you later, Frankie. Take care, my friend. And as always, mate, keep your work coming. Love what you do, mate.
I need to nip to the bathroom again.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no squeaky noises, mate. Here, Davey, you couldn't reach up and nick his Jaffa cakes whilst he's gone, could you?
Oh, I wish I could.
Yeah, I'm sitting there doing it. What are we going on there? Got Spidey on about Rommel's Rod. That's quite a quirky little vehicle, that. I wouldn't mind getting hold of one of them, to be honest with you. I don't know whether they ever bought out the car out of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Do you remember that one? The big white Gothic.
Well, they're always a bit Rolls Royce, weren't you, to something?
I'm not sure, mate, but it was the big 6-wheeled jobby, wasn't it? And it's like, oh, if they'd done a kit of that, I'd be up for it. Probably find someone has, but it's ridiculous money. But what do you think is going to be the next kit that's on your shopping list then, guys?
Ooh.
Anything that's coming out that you've seen or in the pipeline that you fancy?
I know what I fancy, and that's the AC/DC tour truck.
Yeah, you sent a link, didn't you, for that?
Yeah, I think that's got to be the next one.
I'll have a look quickly in my messenger, and if it comes to it, I'll show that on screen. Because
yeah, I do quite fancy the idea of that one.
Yeah, it's a really.
In actual fact, that one does lend itself to your own decal making, because you could use that particular truck and you could do various groups as a tour truck.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. I'll screen share it in case any of you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's Revell. It's
there you go.
1/32.
It's a 1/32 gift set and trailer AC/DC rock or bust tour truck, and as you can see, it ain't half bad. Me and Davey are going to be looking at doing a buddy build on that bad boy, I think.
Definitely.
But again, the base truck, it's given us ideas that other bands could be done as on tour. So like Terry can do one as steps.
Yeah. It is 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm back, you know.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice looking kit there. So
that looks cool.
Kind of what we was looking at during the week, Davey, wasn't it? What about yourself, John? Is there something that you've spotted coming up kit wise that is taking your fancy, or you just
not until the Wingnut Wings Lancaster comes out.
And the difference of that one is it's the ground Lancasters, is it?
Yeah, it's the first one. Apparently, is going to be on the Dambuster version, and having seen one or two of Wingnut Wings' World War I biplanes, if they're going to apply the same amount of detail and technology into the Lancaster, it's going to be out of this world.
Yeah, I think there was some. I think there's some screenshots of that Lancaster on Tinterweb somewhere. They just showed the nose area, and it does look a little bit special.
I watched a guy at the Japanese toy show, model show or something, and he went around all the traders and stuff, and he got to Wingnut Wings, and they got a fuselage section, and one half was in normal starry and the other side was in clear, and it's detailed from nose to tail. It's got everything in it, and it got one of the wings made up with the Merlins and stuff in it as well.
All right. What about you, Mark? Is there a kit on the horizon coming up that you have seen you would like to take a punt at?
Well, because I've stopped looking at kits at the moment.
Oh right, okay.
Because our financial position has changed, and we can't afford them anymore. So I'm instead working through my stash.
You've got a stash to keep you going. Yeah.
So I've got quite a bit to keep me going, and then hopefully at some point in the future, things will change. And but if I did have the money now, then I would love to. I don't know. There's so many.
You don't have a genre mark, do you? You kind of build quite a few different things.
Yeah, I'm into all sorts of things. I would love to do a Predator.
Oh, Colin did one.
Yeah.
You got yours relatively. Was a good find, Colin. I'll just click on Colin for a second.
£7.95 on the Fleabay, mate.
How much?
£7.95.
And was that the vinyl figure?
Yeah.
That's the one you used all the gamma paints on, wasn't it? That
SFX.
Wow. No, yeah, I could probably afford that, to be honest. But that's a good. I think you were lucky to get that.
Colin's quite good at scanning for little bargains.
Yeah, some people get them all the time, don't they? They just go on and find bargains.
Colin will look for stuff like somebody started a kit and lost interest, and Colin will go, "I'll just strip that and fucking Decal and start again."
Yeah.
Oh, Vincent's just come into chat. Evening, guys. Just got home. I'll be in a moment.
Yeah.
So
no worries. Don't forget in the chat, you must ask questions on how great an idea you think Brexit is, and how wonderful a president Donald Trump is, and what a great job he's doing. Vincent will love you immensely for it.
And don't forget. And don't forget for mentioning about Chinese breadboards.
Chinese breadboard.
Ask him whether he's got any potentiometers, whether or not he can get some.
Yeah, and did he have any chips tonight on whether Decade or 555?
Yeah, he's not going to buy it at all because we wouldn't do that to Vincent.
No.
You know, because it's a bit like saying detail upset is shot.
Oh.
He gets a little bit protective of it.
Oh, this is it, isn't it, Colin? He's going to be doing a side job. He's doing lighting kits for the enterprise, isn't he?
Yeah.
Would it be based on the same circuit as this one that's got lovely?
Well, no, because you might not be doing anything that would upset Vincent.
No, but
I hope that's you smoking and not the breadboard.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Looks like you've when you had held that up a minute ago, it's not in focus very well, and it looks like you're building a bomb.
Oh dear.
Now I've said that, it's got an FBI tag on it.
Oh, by the way, Vamp says don't mention grass applicators that are 20,000 volts and
I think it got produced the other night on a hangout, actually, the applicator, and I think there is a plan on revisiting it at some point.
So is applying grass quite successfully to the inside of the grass holding cup?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's applied any to a dio yet. I wasn't brave enough to ask that question.
Yeah.
Because it was only 2 days after the aftermarket rant, and, you know.
I've got a question for you, Colin. He's asking, is your 3D printer working yet?
No, I replied to it. Not yet. No, it's a big box of bits at the moment that I've got to sit here and assemble. And
you've got plenty of room for doing it now, though, Cole.
I have.
Yeah.
Expat, if you want to send me some STLs anyway, purely and simply because I want to see how deep I can get into the software, mate. So for me, it'll be a good learning aid.
How
deep you can go.
Well, Colin's done 3D CAD and all that sort of stuff in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to know how deep I can go, Mark.
Yeah.
Now, come on, earlier on you were saying your two boxes were quite close together, so just keep these two squeezing them up.
Yeah, Vampy, in answer to that, you say you got a lot of engine designs, mate. Just message me anything, mate. My email address is festa67workshop@gmail.com. I can type it in the chat if needed.
And on that note, some people were talking about shop cards and stickers and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to send either me and Colin stickers or shop cards, that's fine. You can get in touch with Colin at that email address. I've got some little shitty stickers and wee flyers that I can send out. So my email address, if you want to get in touch, is smoozworkshop@gmail.com.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently doing some artwork at the moment that's going to incorporate the group, the crew, in a nice shop card sized logo. So I'm working on some artwork. I just need some artwork off of Mark and Davey and that and all.
And we might even make a live crew type t-shirt type thing. We've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah. I've got some artwork off air I'll go through with the guys, and I'm just floating an idea around that. Things like mouse mats and things like that we can look into for you guys. So yeah.
Hot off the press.
Sorry, Mark, on you go.
Hot off the press. I've got my own stickers now. So if anyone wants one, they're only £1.
Don't lick them though; they might have something else in the paper. Mickle Pickle has got a proper model making related question. He's got a 1/48th scale ATST and is wondering if I should do a Joker theme to go with the Harley Quinn themed X-Wing that he did. I think that would be quite nice.
I think he should. I think that would look rather good.
Go for something different. We like different. Nigel's Mustang and Models. This is probably a question aimed at John. Reference the Wingnut Wings Lank. Wasn't the clear fuselage show model the HK Models kit? I have to put a video on YouTube, some shots of it and the CAD and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, both of them have got clear fuselage halves and stuff, but the one I was watching was a friend of mine that I've got that lives out there in Japan. He was there and he sent it me because he knows I'm after one.
Xbox in, sorry.
Yeah, he just emailed me a quick 10-second shot of it and stuff, so that was all it was.
Experts saying to Colin, check out Malik's webpage, and if you fancy any, let him know. John Reeves says stickers would be nice, so you know how to get in touch, mate, and give me your postal address. And it'll be when I've got the money and I can afford a stamp, I'll stick a stamp in it and file it out to you. Yeah, so guys in the chat, obviously we rely on you to keep the chat going. Have you any model making related questions or any topics you want to talk about whatsoever? Just pop them in the chat, and we can sit and have a wee blather for a bit. Because if the chat dies, we'll just kind of we're getting near rounding up time, so we're depending on you guys in the chat, bouncing topics and things to talk about. So yeah, and I'll just do the same. Yeah.
And dry.
Forgive my keyboard in the chat as well. I am in the throes of ordering a new keyboard because some of my letters and that don't always.
No, so you should have gone with I'm writing a novel.
Yeah, I stripped it recently in the hope that I could give it a bit more life, but it really is. It's an old Logitech wireless, and it's been through the wars.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a wee shout out tonight, actually, for Ted Edward.
Yeah.
E-models. He's been not well of late, and he's still having a few issues. I'm not going to go into any details whatsoever, but all I want to say is, Ted, look after yourself, take it easy, mate, and speedy recovery, because yeah, he's not very well at the
You
moment.
in the chat earlier, Ted. Fully understand the Wi-Fi issues you're having, mate. But on a personal note, we love you to bits. Look after yourself, and we're all here to support you in any way we can.
He was wanting to watch the show. I'm not going to say where he is, but he can't get a connection at the moment, and unfortunately, he couldn't tune in. So, but we're thinking about you, mate.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. And you know, we love what you do, but you know, get yourself well, mate, and take your time.
Yeah, sort yourself out first, and then come back when you're good and ready.
Yeah.
On a totally different subject, Vamp is asking, just to change the total track of the conversation, when are we getting a model of Smoo and a Mankini? Well, if you ask Expat to 3D scan me, he might.
Is that a wise thing to ask for?
Be careful what you wish for, because it may happen.
Oh, that's your wee Divinian, isn't it? I like that.
Yeah, there are. I make little minions out of the inside of Kinder eggs.
But his mum just says he's not allowed Kinder eggs anymore, so what you can make.
Doing the crew, so be careful what you wish for, because
yeah. So John's saying get well soon, Ted. Unfortunately, I couldn't tune in tonight, but yeah, we're all.
Yeah, you know, I love Ted. I love Ted's work. I love what he does, and yeah. Oh, here comes Vincent.
There's a bit of Achtung! Attention! Achtung! Hello, Vince.
Hello, Vincent. How are you?
All right, Vincent.
You'd switch to the main cam. So.
I wasn't quick enough for my button there, Cole.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Vince. How you doing? Oh, by the way, Sarge says he doesn't want to see me in a mankini.
Definitely not.
I don't think there's I don't think there's a mankini big enough on the planet to fit.
Well, Vamp's wanting the expert. A resin model of Smoo and a mankini, please. And John Reeves is going in what scale? And Vamp's going in 1/6. Apparently, I look better in 1/6 scale. And I still don't have Jaffa cakes on my bench. And Sarge is going, Jesus, Colin, that looks scary.
Just off topic a bit. Has anyone seen what Trump's doing in America?
Oh, I think he's doing great things.
Yeah, it's really, really turning that place around.
Oh, he's doing a good job.
He's got a whole load of cheap bricks, I've heard, for building a wall or something.
I liked the speech he did yesterday outlining how good it is going to be for the UK, having finally decided on Brexit and how much benefit it's going to bring to this country.
Yeah.
How antiquated the EU is. And as a president, you know, I take my hat off to the great leader that Donald Trump is becoming.
Not clicking on Vincent to see his facial expressions, but yeah, I know Vincent's a big Trump fan, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, and he would have loved the conversation earlier on that we had on the rip-off nature of Decal upsets, because it's a huge.
Oh no, I won't. No, I won't buy them.
That Edward guy. Oh,
yeah, because he's like Mr. Loss, model making, sponsored by Edward.
No, it's not, but you know, it might as well be.
Expat said something in totally hieroglyphic and sort of 3D printing stuff to you. He used Cura for slicing STLs, which is free, and ZBrush for designing, Colin.
Ah, brilliant. Excellent.
Are you getting a 3D printer, Cole?
I've got a 3D printer about 6 foot from me, mate.
What we've just found out, because Expat's been doing some lovely 3D prints, is his is one of the resin ones. The only problem with it is it's got quite a small footing, so he's got to do it in loads of sections. But
yeah, my 3D printer is self-assemble job that, you know, I just...
If you accidentally find any, like, nice buxom women or elf archers or that Expat, and it accidentally prints out and it goes in a parcel and heads to me... I
might 3D scan stuff, Terry, you mean?
You don't have to 3D scan it. You've got that.
I might 3D scan.
You're not allowed to hold that without doing the Fleshstone's face, mate. And the hat wiggle.
Really?
Yeah. Fleshstones and hat wiggle at the same time.
Scale Model Muse isn't in the chat because she tells me off when I do.
No, go on. Fleshstones and the hat wiggle. Yeah, daft bugger. Nigel's saying, with regard to our earlier conversation, do you think Donald Trump's new trade offer will allow some great AMT Ertl kits to be imported at good prices? Interesting question. Discuss.
I think
Paying attention, mate. What was that?
There was something about Trump and Ertl, and will it make them better prices or something?
his trade. Yeah, his trade.
Oh, he's done the tariffs thing, hasn't he?
Yeah.
15%, yeah.
Yeah, it's really worked. They say that employment's the lowest, the unemployment's the lowest it's ever been with him in charge.
Well, yeah, in all fairness, you know, he claims to have all the benefits of the economy, but the economy was already going up under Obama and unemployment was already going down under Obama as well. So
yeah, but he left and then Trump came in, didn't he? And it just it was going up a little bit, and then Trump got in and it just took off.
No, anyone can ride a wave. That's what it comes down to.
I tried riding away, but I fell into the water. By the way, expats tell me to wait till next week.
What we're seeing now is that the economy is starting to stagnate in the US with the stock markets not doing so great.
Yeah, Barton's got an interesting one. Trump's going to make Airfix bring out more space models. Sarge is saying his favourite Edward upgrade is for a 1/350th Arizona. It cost him more than the kit. And Barton's going, that sexy model for me, Colin. Yummy, figured that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is it. I was looking at the up detail set for the 350 scale USS Enterprise, which is more than the kit. Yeah. I think
have a nice meal or whatever tonight, Vince, or were you just getting your willy wet?
Oh, Christ. I'm not going to dignify that with an answer, to be fair.
You're doing some nice figurines, though. I do like those. They're not Warhammer, though. These are actually Age of Sigmar.
They are Warhammer, Age of Sigmar.
Aye, but they're not like Space Marines.
No, they're not 40k, that's true.
Yeah. Because everybody's doing like Space Marines.
Well, yeah, the Sigmar just had a revamp as well. Like, first they did the Space Marines, brought a new starter set for those guys, a couple of new factions and stuff like that, revamped some factions, and now they're doing a lot of Sigmar stuff, revamping a lot of that.
Oh yeah, this is Age of Sigmar.
Ooh, that Archon. Ooh.
Well, we're saying earlier, Mark, you had quite a big box. What's in the big box?
And you can go quite deep with this.
Is that flesh tones, Mark? Because if it is, you've got to do the face.
Oh,
No.
we've got a check. Angela's not in tonight, is she? Can be rude?
I think technically there are flesh tones on that, but I wouldn't lick them.
Oh, had that back up, mate. I love that. What money's in that? About 100 quid or something?
How much?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's about 100 quid probably, but to be fair, those are worth it.
What's the finished size of that one, Mark? Does it give you a scale or a finish?
No, it doesn't actually give us size. It's going to be quite tall.
About that, Smoo.
All right, so a good 12-inch figure.
I mean,
Mark likes a 12-inch figure that goes quite deep in a big box.
that's the base for it.
Yeah, when you're talking about the dragons and stuff like that, you're talking 10-15 inches.
Wow, that's going to go deep.
That's a Nurgle kit, isn't it, Mark?
Sorry?
It's a Nurgle, isn't it? Like a Nurgle Archon or something like that?
Well, it's Exalted Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's a Nurgle. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't play the game. I just
Scale Model Muse is in chat. I've been good, by the way.
I've been very good tonight. I haven't made
hold on, yeah, there's a Nurgle-esque head.
Yeah, it's a Nurgle Archon.
It says Nurgle-esque head, a Zint Chian head, a Cornate head, and the Crown of Domination with Eye of Shield.
Yeah, so basically it's part of the Chaos faction, but you can do it as a leader for any of the races.
I just had to click on Colin there. His face is fucking priceless. You might as well be talking algebra.
Yeah, I don't get any idea.
Basically, Sigmar factions divide into two parts. There's the forces of chaos and evil, and the forces of light and good. And basically, what Mark is saying is that the figure he has comes with a head for.
Basically, I'm not saying anything.
No, but the races you're listing up are all races that are chaos.
That one call, that was funny. Sorry about that. There was a few people zoned out there.
Yeah, you know. Gonna put a kettle on.
Expats saying the Yanks are not happy about the price of the chinky printers of kits. Oh, right, okay. Is that why they're doing the thing? Right. John Reeves is telling us to play nice. Muse is giving it fishnets with the lines up the back. Oh, yeah. And Colin likes lines, and yeah, right. What's Nigel saying? I was very stupid this week. I noticed that HGW, a big set, was more expensive than buying the individual sets on Hannants. So I emailed them to ask why they put the price of the individual items up. Right, okay. So it was cheaper to buy the individual stuff. Yeah. Vamp said,
with regards to Edward stuff, with the upcoming Telford weekend, they will be doing a 15 or 20% price drop again.
But you get that because you got a bunny t-shirt.
No. Everyone gets a 15% discount. I get a 20% discount when there's a... During the Telford weekend, there's always a discount, but people with Bunny Fighter Club get 5% extra.
What? A Bunny Girl Club?
Bunny Fighter Club. Oh, you know what it is.
Is it Telford this week? I'd never knew.
Is that like cage fighting for rabbits?
Wait, we've actually got a serious question, guys. We've got Nigel asking what light I've got, and I've got the box too.
All that chat, and you picked out that one.
How the fuck did he see that?
Fucking hell.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got one of them. It's there.
It's basically the same stuff that the Americans know as Lightcraft, but
yeah, that's what I've got. Lightcraft, yeah.
It's just a cheaper brand of it. It's basically the same lamp.
I know somewhere that I can get the same lamp that I've got here, which is a Lightcraft one, but mine's is one with 3 tubes. But you can get the LED one for 75 quid, and it just happens to be Steve Puffer.
Yeah, mine's got 3 tubes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine has, but only 2 of them work.
Yeah, the new.
Yeah, Terry's got one of them.
I've got a spare tube there, aye.
Yeah.
Steve Puffer at know that I'm doing product placement at Barwell Bodyworks is doing the LED versions for 75 quid. So...
Yeah, but you could probably just wire up your own array of LEDs like I did with my high quality lighting rig that I made last year and put that in there.
Well, I got like 500 Chinese white high intensity LEDs for a $5, and I was thinking if I used a potentiometer on a board and a decade chip, I could actually get I was on the British price.
Do you remember that one?
That's a Smoo Industries.
That's my Smoo Industries LED light, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking godsend that is, mate. I use that when I'm videoing.
Yeah. Is that Trump approved though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a trumpeter.
Yeah. What's that like? Nigel saying Edward have sent me stuff for free, Vince. Vamp's going no chicken fights, Mark. Nigel's going, was that mall? And he needs better lighting for his channel.
Yeah, it's mall. And they do an LED version as well, which is about the same price that Teddy just mentioned. Except it's not Lightcraft, but who cares really? But I think you can actually get these TL bulbs. You can actually get them in LED version nowadays, Terry.
Yeah, but I was wondering because I've got a couple of LED lamps, and I find when I'm filming it, sometimes the LED ones actually strobe.
Change the frame rate on your camera.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it should all be 50 hertz, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, my camera usually shoots at 50 hertz, but I can put it to 60 if I notice that it's strobing.
You should have an auto setting as well, so it should detect it.
Well, bear in mind, I'm only taping on a cell phone. I mean, camera's good quality, but you know.
I'll tell you what, you say that now, the Samsung Galaxy S8 does 4K video on it, and it takes a long time because it's a huge file, but you can spot the difference instantly when you upload it.
Chris for Gross Models is doing 4K videos and all that, but the upload must be.
Yeah, it really is phenomenal. A 4K. I done at one point. I was doing just 4K using my phone, and it was taking forever to do the update, the rendering. It was the computer was on 24 hours a day, and it would take 3 or 4 days to get a film on.
Expat Spain has put a post up in the Dungeon Terry of Flesh.
Do you want me to screen share it? Because I just had a look. It's actually really rather nice.
Yeah, but the trouble is we'll all be on the screen and Muse will tell us off for drooling because...
Right, okay, so I'm going to click on myself, click on present, click on screen share. Let's go and have a little look of... actually, I need to find the page that I was on. Hold on, for that. I must have switched across to Pornhub. There we go. Right, okay.
Yeah, we're not going through your favourites, mate.
Yeah, right. Okay.
We don't want to do that.
I'll try it now. Yeah, rather than it being on the Pornhub, we'll go over to Smoo Structure. And this is so. Oh, they're cool. I'm Alex. Yeah, I want me some of those. Yeah. Lots of those, mate. I like my flesh tones. Yeah, thanks for that, expat.
Artistically, it's right up our street because, you know, we look at various genres for their artistic merit, don't we, young Terence?
I do find that curves refract light in a certain manner that you have to get the shading and get close up and personal for the blending to get such shades.
Yes. I mean, Ted at E-Models taught me that world-famous tongue blending technique that I use on all my flesh tones.
And what's that one?
I don't get out much.
Nigel saying his LED shows like a bunch of decals. Yeah, it's. Vamp's asking, they're saying a bit pricey. Expat says he thinks he has everything on that site. So, Muse, yes, Colin and I have both been behaving. Vince, unfortunately, hasn't because he's been away getting his willy wet and talking about how much he loves President Trump. John has been telling us all about Spitfire Mark 1s and 5s. Davey has been telling us about... Mark has been telling us about his molar. And, yeah, it's kind of where we're at. So, just updating you. And I'm not lying. We've all been very well behaved.
Look at this face, Muse. Would I lie to you?
I like who does that wee hang with his hat. It's pretty cool.
Well, we'll not mention certain tools that he used yesterday then.
Oh, you...
No. I've already told Helen, and he got a fryer put it, which was the best thing. He did not use any power tools after Helen told him not to use power tools. He was just making the noises, like, and stuff.
Yeah. Must have been really tired after doing all of that by hand. Oh, yeah, love, I'm famished. Oh, fry up.
Did you get haggis in your fry up?
I hope you got some black pudding.
I don't like black pudding, mate.
You're not, but you like jelly deals. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering right now.
I'll eat fucking like eels and like
jelly deals. There's something wrong there.
Eyes and eyes and that, but I won't eat a wee friendly wee furry haggis.
I eat haggis. I like haggis, mate. Yeah, can't be a bit of haggis, but yeah.
Experts saying that's why he's just spent 100 quid on paints, because he's got all these lovely busts and things to do it. Yeah. Actually, I think Vincent spent rather a lot of money. Now, when you get a Warhammer, whether it be a Space Marine or a, what do you call it, kit, the Age of Sigmar, they give you like 6 paint colours and you can paint this set. No, when you actually start looking into it, how many paints did you buy, Vincent?
Yeah, I mean, we have our own Warhammer wizard now, don't we?
Want me to screenshot the pictures?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
That Arachnon thing that I showed you earlier, £135 for the paint.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about that sounds about right. That's about what this guy will cost me in the end, paint wise. So.
Just for that kit, £135.
Yeah, this guy is about 80 quid worth of paints.
Well said, Clinton, mate. There's nothing wrong with jelly deals, mate.
There is. They're eels.
Yes, so.
I like that, Lord of Glory.
To do the entire army, it's I think I spent about 200 quid in wooden paints.
Well, you could always paint them grey and gold.
You told your girlfriend I spent €30 on paint, love.
I see what John did there. You can just do them all grey and gold, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tip a little bit of fag ash on them, blend it in just to get the sort of weathered look, the odd pubic hair.
Yeah, but sure it's fag ash.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Okay.
What?
I've been told to check my messages.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about what I bought in paints in 1 month time.
Yeah, I know about that site, mate. Yeah, I'll have a look at that later. If it's naughty flesh stones.
You keep trying to drop me in it, mate, about using hand tools, and I've got to tell your girlfriend how much them fucking harder and steam back brushes cost you.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
There you go. Vincent has a large drawer of. It's either coloured nipples or Warhammer paints.
6 lines of separation. There you have it. Bink.
I almost clicked eject instead of stop presenting. Sorry, Vince. Expert said he made a vibrating plate for casting the cobbles. I wonder what I used for a motor.
A mobile phone vibrating motor.
Was it battery operated or electric?
Did you go into Ann Summers and is your wife without her toy now?
Or both.
Yeah. Was it a 10-inch black with kickstart and 5-speed gearbox?
Mine's got a 12-volt battery and a set of jump leads.
What, your box?
As you can tell, it's got into. We're actually into Sunday now. So yeah, we're running over time. But if you guys keep bouncing away in the chat and giving us stuff to talk about,
yeah. So Vincent, are you going to expel the benefits of Donald Trump and his brilliant presidency yet?
No, I'm trying to focus painting. So kindly start off.
Oh,
that was a bit steep.
yeah.
No, it's just his middle name.
Oh.
You like the orange tango twat. Sorry. Not that I have any bias at all about the American president because he's lovely.
Yeah. Don't share the same hairdresser, do you, mate?
You sure about that? That looks like a comb over.
Yeah, we were saying that it reminds us of a Brillo pad.
What?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. No idea what you're talking about, Colin. I have no idea of what the whole.
Mate, I just washed and it went.
Nigel was actually saying he emptied his box today.
All right. I don't know what to say about that.
Well done.
Yes, yeah. Tonight we're talking about boxes. It takes me 2 days to open one if there's a model kit inside.
When are you going to get back to building his B2 stealth bomber?
Oh,
Couldn't find it.
No, just Mustang models of Mustang.
he put it down, but he can't find it because it's stealth.
I stuffed my jumper in my box earlier.
Okay.
Okay then.
Sorry, I was just pausing for effect.
Make it a little more awkward. Yeah, thank you, Daddy.
What was that, Vince? Sorry, I missed that.
Sergeant Bones.
Sarge emptied his bowels today. Good for you. A serious beastie question. Mickle Pickle is asking Vince, how are your ants?
Oh, they're doing great. Yeah, just being ants, I guess, building their colony and breeding, which is about what ants do.
Are we a dad?
They've got loads of eggs and little pupa.
Does that make me an uncle?
How long do they?
Yeah, do you see any baby ants? Are they like really tiny?
No, they. Well, this is a species that grows several size workers, like the really big ones with the big heads, and then the normal sized ones.
Right.
But they're pupal, right? So they grow up as larvae and then go into a pupa stage, and that's where they grow up and become full size.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
See if
So,
anybody,
what about flying ants?
does anybody get this one? Baby ants.
They don't really tend to do that in captivity because, well, especially not if you. There's people who keep them in like really, really natural habitats, and then you might get it. But normally they don't, because they don't get the outside cues that they would in nature that tell them like, now it's the time. It's spring, time to fly out, time to go breed and find new nests. They don't really get those signals.
Oh, John Paul's in. Hiya, John Paul.
So
Hi.
no flying ants.
Yeah, but do you know that when it goes like baby ants do 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 do, baby ants do 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 do, baby ants do 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 do, baby ants, mommy ant do do mommy, the daddy ant, and then never mind. Right, obviously the heathens have never seen it.
Terry, keep taking the medicine, mate.
Yeah, it's.
I seen it with the wee shark in that baby shark. No, I didn't. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. I'll give up.
Yeah, I would if I were you.
John's asked me about my RD. It's sitting waiting on a lacquer coat, so is my quack, actually. I need to get back to the spray booth. Vampire saying Vincent is the father, isn't he?
I fucking hope not.
Nigel's saying I'll get back into B2 when I can find some decent references for the bomb and undercarriage base. John!
Yeah, John will give you some.
The bomb base would be quite similar to the bomb base on the B1 because they use the same rotary rack.
Did you say Bombays or Bumbays?
Bomb base.
Okay, right, aye. As in
I
Bombay.
always find that mix gets between me teeth.
They use the same rotary system as the B1 does.
What, to make Bombay mix? You take the B1 rotary system and just pour all the peanuts and fucking chickpeas.
I think even the B52 has been upgraded to use it. Fuck off, Terry.
He's taken him a while, but he's finally bitten.
Go on, put your foot
In for it. Brilliant.
Someone says
we're
something.
just winding you up.
And you're like, I'm going to drop this shit.
We're just winding you up.
Yeah, scale model vamp is saying bomb boobs. What? Boobs.
Apparently, John Paul says vamp. Oh, sorry. John Paul says vamp got the floor length for the rear end done. We're on the boxes again. Michael's asking Vincent, is your most successful one called Triumphant? I can remember when Vince first got his ants, we were doing all the ant puns, weren't we? And he was like, guys, can you just fucking shut up? I've had enough.
Oh, yeah.
Quentin seems to think that I've lost it. Baby ant, it's going to be one of his earworms tomorrow.
He's never had it. He's never had it.
It's all going to be going tomorrow. Baby ant, mommy.
Oh, here we go again.
Great album that way. Kings of the Wild Frontier, wasn't it? Adam and the Ants.
I just made Mickle Pickle joke on his
Too
teeth.
bad it's not your hangout call, nor we could have given him a timeout at least.
We've not tried that yet, eh? Banning ourselves.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how that would
Daddy.
Yeah.
something goes off here, I've just tried it. Yeah.
Hey, mate, we've been banned from pretty much everywhere else. Banning ourselves from our own pages would be quite easy.
But to be fair, you have already. They tried to ban you from your own group, but then you ended up leaving anyway.
Yeah. I know. All because I had the audacity to go, don't fuck with me. Yeah. It's funny that.
Yeah. Vamp's going bomb boobs. What?
Yeah.
Silence! I kill you. Expert said, "Smooth something for Vince on the dungeon." I shall go and have a look.
Yeah.
Baby, baby, oh, something to turn Vince screen. Right, so I need to. What the fuck is that? I shall click on me. I shall click on present. I shall click on screen share. And I know you can blame Expert for this one because he's wanting to tease me. What the fuck is that noise? There you go, Vince. What do you think of those, mate?
Yeah, they're 40k. I don't care. Yeah. So, nah, no success.
All right, okay. Didn't
Right. What's the difference? Am I being blonde?
40k is like Space Marines.
40k is sci-fi, whereas Sigmar is more high fantasy, Lord of the Rings kind of.
So you mentioned rings when we were talking about unboxing. Sorry.
6 lines of separation. Do you want to call him it, Vince?
Yeah. Sergeant Buds was going, now that's how you tell Terry off. Who told me? Oh, yeah, Vincent. Yeah, Vincent wants to tell me off because I'm a heathen, apparently. Munchkin says, all right, folks, I'm back.
Ah, there, Munchkin.
William Garraway's going, is Ant and Deccan? See what you did there, William. Yeah. Vamp's going, Vince having babies.
Oh, it's sweet.
Yeah. So, as always, guys, you keep the chat bouncing and we'll keep having a laugh. And if the chat dies off, we'll probably go and have some Horlicks and just cuddle up in bed and go.
No.
Nigel's obviously asking John.
You're going to go to bed for the next 3 days, you mean, Terry?
Sorry, Vince?
You're going to go to bed for the next 3 days, you mean?
Me? No. I've got the gym on Monday.
Oh, yeah. Fucking.
Get physical.
All right, forget we get the laugh on Monday evening.
I wish.
I'm sore everywhere.
In his camera that day. Oh, that's so funny.
I've been using muscles I didn't know I had. I need an aqua lung, not an aqua lung. What's it? An iron lung.
You'll be like, oh no, dirty doctors.
Yeah. I might leave it a couple of days before I go back.
Yeah. Oh.
No, man, I'll be sitting there, I'll be showing me how to use a bench press machine, and there'll be this big mofo in front of me.
Yeah.
With a figure like a bus couch, and the two cheeks are like 2 elephants fighting in a bag. Like that.
Well, he's already coming up with excuses, Colin, and he hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, honestly, he's going to do 5 push-ups. He's going to get home and he's going to go to his bed, and you're going to see him till next Saturday.
I'm saying Terry's going to go tiptoe through the tulips on Monday. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
My gym's not the Blue Oyster Club, mate. I don't walk in, it's like...
Just imagine him in front of the mirror going, oh, yeah, looking. Fucking giving it the full Arnie in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Don't forget, though, Terry, there is going to be a point where you have to stop breathing in, and that's when you go purple.
Yeah, on the rowing machine. I like to move it.
Because he's going to walk in, he's going to see a pair of boobs rattling up and down, and his stomach, he's going to breathe in about 8 inches. And not for an hour, it'll be...
Standing there like an Adonis. Yeah.
A what?
I'm off, folks. I've got to make a sort of phone call to cancel a taxi for tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries, Mark. Thanks.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Bob's going 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, he's away with steps in his mind. Yes. Welcome to the late hour, the witching hour, here with Smoo and the crew. Yeah. What was that?
See, the thing to do for you to get you to do more than 5 press-ups is put like a 3D printed picture of Sally James on the floor.
Oh, that's an idea.
You know, and take your glasses off so that you've got to go right down like that before you see it.
The thing is, I wouldn't be able to push myself back up again, though. Aye. I might be able to exercise my hips a bit, yeah. Spidey's away. You've got a scoot, long day, early night needed. Cheers, guys. Good night. Catch you later, Spidey.
See you later, Spidey.
25 past midnight, Sarge.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
Munchkin ratings all managed 2 push-ups. X-Bat's going, Colin, check out the dungeon. God knows what he's put up now.
Yeah, I'm just popping into the dungeon now.
Sarge is going, what time is it right now in the UK? It's 25 minutes past midnight. It's Sunday morning here, live with Smoo and the crew.
Oh, yeah, love it.
I'm going to have to go and have a look now. What's he put up?
Yeah, Smoo at the gym.
Game body. Actually, that's quite a cool figure. Yeah.
Nah, fair play to you, mate. You know what I mean? But
I'll give it a go.
yeah, for those of you wondering, there may or may not be some insomnias next week. It depends on whether his lordship does more than 3 press-ups.
I'm not doing press-ups. I'm only going to use the machines. If I actually have to not use any machines and just use my physical body, that's not happening. If he tells me, right, before you start, get down and give me 20, I'll be like, pull your zip back up, mate. No, it's not happening.
Yeah. They'll see him on the ground and some woman will come in and go, oh, I needed somewhere to park my bike.
Try to say I've got a big box. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Right, so what's everybody in chat been up to, then? We've kind of not asked you what he's been up to. It was quite busy in chat earlier on. It was really quite good. It's good fun. It's kind of dried up a little bit now. So we need you guys.
A lot about your box.
Yeah, we need you guys like the duff from above.
Unlike his wank rag, chat has dried up.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed someone, Terry.
Unlike what? You're really going to make me fast forward through the end of this show to see what.
Oh, I'll tell you something. He may not say much, but when he does, oh, mate, comedy gold.
Nigel's actually got quite an important question. He's asking, do I wear clean pants at the gym? I don't know. It depends what I've got left by Monday.
It depends how many times he's turned that one inside out.
Yeah, I'll peel a few off the ceiling. Which ones I've got less detritus on them?
Oh Christ, he's so bad in.
You scuzzy fucker.
What's that? Yeah, they're just talking about 3D printing. I kind of tune it. I like, especially what X-Bat's doing with his resin 3D printing. But I kind of tune out when people start talking about, yes, my head and my nozzle was reciprocating at 30 microns per second, and I did a layer of this, and it took 3 hours to. I just go like.
Hey, mate, at my age, if my head was oscillating at 30 miles a second, I'd be a happy man.
I think anyone would.
Fucking hell.
I feel like a bit of oscillation on the weekend. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit peckish. I might just have a something out of this box that I don't have.
You shit house.
Just fancying a wee bit of.
Muse, tell him off. He's picking on me. Look, they both bought
You fancy some Pims?
Look into my eyes.
Yeah, they both got Jaffa cakes, knowing I can't have any.
I don't have any Jaffa cakes. This is a bag of no Jaffa cakes. These are Jaffa cake free, 100% gluten Jaffa cake free.
Oh, look at this face, Muse. Do you feel sorry for me?
You hear that noise? That's Jaffa cakes. No, it's not Jaffa cakes.
That's just not fair.
Mate, with your Colin, with your face, even if you were holding mistreated puppy and you were caring for it, nobody would feel sad, mate.
It's not very nice.
I say, it doesn't matter what sad face you put on.
You're about to say what my mum says. I've got a face fit for crime watch.
That's exactly what sprang to mind when I was saying that, Colin.
I was going to say, Colin, what you need to do is get someone that's got one of those droid things and they can deliver some Jaffa cake straight to your window.
Like that, is it, Vince?
It's always been like that, Colin.
Oh, dear.
It's all right.
Clinton apparently is laughing at Vincent. Nigel says Jaffa cakes are disgusting. Vamp goes, wait till Muse sees this. Munchin's going, that's just wrong, torturing Colin like that. No idea what you're on about. There's no smashing orangey bit in the middle. No.
You scrungy fucker, you.
Clinton says, I feel your pain, Colin. And William's going, is Terry turning into a Jaffa? Is that code for something, mate?
Yeah. I think you're right there, Will. Yeah, he is, mate. Honestly, his nose is going to be flatter than a witch's tit the time I'm done with him.
So basically, William Garraway is asking, Terry, do you have a snake in your belly?
If there is one, he's going to enjoy this Jaffa cake.
I mean, we know you've got a snake underneath your belly. I mean, that's hearsay because you haven't seen it.
Yeah, you know, you've been watching.
Yeah, it's that really rare breed of what's the word? Dinosaur snake. Do you think he saw us?
John Reeves is off.
See you later, John.
All right.
See you, John.
John.
Oh. No, I don't. Nigel's going, do you remember strawberry Jaffa cakes with white chocolate in them? No. I had the Halloweeny ones the other week and I had like purple sponge in them a bit. I'll keep some for Ron.
Don't choke on them, mate, will you? Because I'd be devastated.
Yeah, I'm keeping some for Ron, my best friend Ron.
I'll be ringing the gym, mate, and saying, right, you've got a bloke coming in today. His name's Terry. And he's always bragging about how much he loves circuit training to train him hard.
I used to love that in the army, especially when I was stroking my box of still half full Jaffa cakes.
It's all right.
You know,
all of this is video evidence that Vamp is going to play back to Muse, and she's going to be very disappointed in you, young man.
I'm actually getting quite scared. As soon as you mention Muse, it's like everything starts.
Yeah.
In that adrenaline feeling.
Honestly, mate, I've never seen you go so bloody quiet, mate. It was hilarious.
Oh, when they came into the March thing.
Yeah, bless.
Good laugh.
She got your number, mate. She had you well under control, and it was lovely to see. She tamed the taming of the Smoo. See what I did there?
Was there not a book about that, Colin? Oh, that was a shrew, wasn't it? Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about trouser snakes.
Yeah, the one-eyed python, good breed of snake, that, mate.
I'm interested in this one that Vamp's doing, static cycling. That sounds quite energetic.
Static cycling, is that like static grass?
Yeah. Do you need an applicator? How is your static grass applicator coming on, Vince?
It's done. I just need to use it at some point.
So is it applying the grass in a static manner?
Yeah, kind of in the name, innit? How's yours coming along? You were making one.
Unfortunately, my sieve went missing in the post.
Oh, Christ.
But I've ended up with 2 rackets. So... oh, Jess Idaho's in. How you doing, mate? How you dudes? How is everyone? All right.
Fine and dandy, mate. We was just trying to explain to Terry where you're from, mate.
Is that bloke for Canada again?
Never forget that when he came in that night and you went,
I did that, aye.
Oh, and where are you from? It's like,
It's in the name, mate. It's in the name.
Name, Terry.
Yeah,
Jared's
Jared.
off as well. He's gone night, everyone. Night, Jared.
Yeah. Hello, Jared. Thanks for coming in, mate.
See you later.
God, we're doing all right. We're into the witching hour and we've still got 25.
Yeah, how you doing, JS, by the way, mate? It's good
What's
to see
that, mate?
you, Vaughan.
Sorry, Colin.
I was talking to JS in chat there, asking how he how he's getting on. Nigel's Mustang and Models is saying he made a wet palette like Vince has, and his paper dissolved. He used parchment paper. Ooh, I've not heard of that before.
No, should be using parchment paper.
You sure it wasn't rice paper? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Heathen.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either.
Because parchment paper is just a variant of greaseproof, isn't it, really? It's without the grease bit on it.
It's wax instead of grease.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Expert saying, catch you later, lads. Thanks for a great night. Nice. Thanks for popping in.
Catch you later.
Catch you later, Expert.
They're all dropping like flies. You're doing some nice detail painting. Some nice
painting in the belts.
Yeah, some nice. They're coming up nice, those little figures. I do like those.
They are
Right.
little bastards still.
Nigel's laughing at me. Who's a cruel bastard?
Vamp saying should have used toilet paper, Nigel.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I usually throw a couple of copper coins in my wet palette to stop the paper going mouldy.
Yeah, I've done put mine in the fridge since you've. It does go mouldy eventually, but it does.
It slows it down.
Slows it down immensely.
Yeah.
Nigel's saying parchment allows the water soap through, greaseproof doesn't. Yeah. Or bacon paper, they call it as well, parchment bacon. It's for cakes and stuff. Jess Idaho has been drinking eggnog. I do like eggnog. We call it Advoca across here. And bourbon in conspicuous amounts tonight. Nigel's thanking you for that tip. Yeah, it's something.
Just something in opposite corners, mate. A couple of 2p pieces or whatever coinage you're using, mate. But a couple of copper coins. Works a treat, mate.
I'm just having a look at mine. Mine just dried out. I'm starting to get wee signs of.
But I mean, you think how long that's been in there now?
Fortnight.
Yeah.
And there's still hardly any. Well, we're starting to get some bits now, but I don't know if that's copper off the coin or. Yeah. That might get corners I put the coins in. I think it's the corners opposite the coins that are actually going a wee bit. But yeah, that's been 2 weeks since I've used that.
Oh, no, not that one.
Nigel's drinking Bud Light again. Bud Light here. To infinity and beyond.
I'd love to be in your head one day just to try to figure out how you get all these strange comparisons.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigel, yeah, he's in the UK. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Vamp saying, surprisingly, the piece of paper you get with the decals works rather nice as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. And a fine beer. Yeah, it's kind of tailing off a bit. I don't know if it's because I'm needing food. Food. Because, Jaffas, although they're nice, they don't really do it, do they?
I wouldn't know, Terry.
Well, you're usually sitting there stuffing your face with sausage rolls. I'm going to hang my coat in that pitted lip.
You just haven't forgiven me, have you, for the bangers and mash last night? That's what it is.
Oh, good job. Bangers and mash. I've actually got a braised steak and mashed tatty microwave meal there.
All right, you wait till the roasty gets done, mate.
Oh, that's a Sunday. You always get that on a Sunday, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Minicam would be coming out for that one, mate. They'll have fucking flashing lights in a big circle around the plate.
Well, I think, Cole, we've had a damn good crack of the whip tonight. It's about time for rounding things up, you think?
Yeah, because I'm going to need to go for a little walk to the kettle because my back's caning. So I need to
Cup of tea and all that.
Yeah.
Jace is asking, are those Jaffa cakes on my desk? No, these are not Jaffa cakes.
Wait, did Colin say he's going for a pee?
No, I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Okay, yeah. Otherwise, I was going to say, see you next week, Colin.
See, say, let's pick on Fester because it takes him forever to get up the stairs joke, wouldn't it? See, heartless. Vamp, can you tell Muse that Terry and Vincent have been picking on me tonight? And Lynn's going to be sitting here observing this, and she's going to tell you both off.
Once actually just came in, and she's looking at you with your lovely, well-shaven face, and looking at me, going, "Oh look, he's doing an audition for Father Christmas." Hey, Lynn.
Beautiful.
Hi, beautiful. Hi, my loves.
How you doing, Hen? All right.
I had trouble seeing you there through the tears I'm shedding because Terry and Vincent have been really cruel to me.
Terry, Vincent, stop that.
Vincent, talk, please.
Give y'all a spanking.
Oh yes, please. Vincent actually.
Colin's so upset.
Vincent uttered some nasty words in Belgian at me earlier on.
I did.
He did, or it could have been German, but I think it was Belgian.
Same thing.
Schweinhund. What?
Achtung, baby. How you doing, Lynn?
I'm doing okay. I'm kind of busy. It's been a long 2 weeks. Or a long week.
Vamp is saying hiya.
Yeah, but I was going, hiya, Lynn. It's actually, I was just about to go.
I got junk on my computer blocking all my stuff. I don't know if we're live or not.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, I was actually about to hit the night everyone button, and you came in. So have you got a note for your mum to say why you've been so late tonight?
I don't know, but I think I just broke my camera.
Yeah, it's went black. On the back. No, you're black.
Huh?
Back to Black. Was that not a heavy metal album or something?
ACDC.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, he didn't, Colin.
Okay, I'll be right back. So,
Righty-day.
right.
James is saying Colin just needs the full light bulb for the proper festa. Oh, Nigel's going, why don't you go, Terry, if you want to? Everyone else could stay. I see how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, bottom left of me screen, JS, there's a Festa with his light bulb.
Translator to aisle 1, please. Translator to aisle 1.
Colin would get that.
Yeah.
Charlie going.
Okay.
Oh, this space.
Yeah. Jess Idol is asking, what's everyone working on? Well, you missed the beginning of the show. I'm working on Electricity. Vince is doing Age of Sigmar. Dave's working on his next potion for his Harry Potter sequel.
Yep.
Lynn's working on
Catching up on my sleep after doing 3 days of 12-hour shifts.
Yeah. John's doing some research. And Colin's thinking about having a cup of tea.
And I've been doing a big truck type thing.
Ooh, cool. I like that.
I like big trucks and I cannot lie.
That and me Mustang.
Jess is used to seeing you with your pork pie. There you go, Jess, just for you, pork pie. Yeah, Colin's not doing a standard Mustang though, are you?
No, I've been playing with, doing my butchering of models.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got your speed stripe on that, mate?
I'm tempted to, yeah. Might do it as Eleanor out of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Jake Idaho's playing Cool Wrecker. Munchkin was on about Metallica, Fade to Black. That's the one.
Yeah.
Jess is asking the Wrecker. That's the Italieri kit?
Oh, yeah, it's the Italieri Road Commander. I can give you the exact kit number if you want it.
Vamp's getting excited. You went, ooh, Eleanor. Nigel's saying he's working on... Sorry?
He has to do the flesh tones face when he says Eleanor.
Yeah. Vamp's asking if it's a GT500 model.
Yeah.
Nigel's saying he's working on a Mark IV tank, a Whippet, a Fokker, a Model T ambulance, and a Lanchester. Lots of stuff. What's Nigel saying? It's Italieri, not Itali. Yeah, it's Shitalieri, mate. It starts with an S.
Shite.
Yeah, kit number 794 in 1/24 scale. So it's on my completed list in Scale Mates. So if you go on to Scale Mates, if you're on there and ask for me to be one of your mates, you'll be able to see it.
Is that you looking for friends again, Colin?
Yeah, I've got no friends, mate. I'm known as Billy on Scale Mate because I've got no mates. Billy, no mates.
Billy, no mates.
He's asking, is it a decent kit or a nightmare? But I think you built it 24 years ago. And
yeah, I mean, originally built it back then, and I stripped it down and remade it. So no, it's it has some fit issues, but nothing that you can't get round with a sanding stick and a bit of deft fettling, mate. Man of your skills, it'll be a walk in the park, mate.
The step is quite easy to scratch build, apparently. Yeah.
A what?
The step's quite easy to scratch build.
Are you picking on me because I lost my step, scratch built one, and then found it again?
Never said a word, mate. Wasn't me.
And Terry's picking on me again.
Oh, what I heard, Colin, is that a bit of diamond plate pattern looks lovely on those battery boxes.
Yes, it does, mate. I must admit, my diamond plate came out really well, mate.
No, not with diamond plate, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Checkerboard diamond plate looks nice as well. I've got some decal wrap of that to do as well.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's going on the Rossi truck.
That creeped me out the way he went. Very nice.
Oh, Munchkin, you on Scale Mates as well? Yeah, I'm on Scale Mates under Festa 6-7's workshop, mate. So if you drop us over a mate's request, any of you that are in there, and I'll add you. It's not a problem, mate. I'm not logged on now. I've just
Let me learn a little bit, Colin.
I'm on the Smoo workshop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry?
Yes, young lady.
Check the messages in the Smooth's Hangout. I just messaged you. Somebody wants to join us after we get off air.
Right, okay. Give me a wee second. I was just tidying up little bits of wire that fell off my potentiometer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, we've left him alone because he's not been feeling 100%. He'll know. The person will know who we mean. I'm not going to say who.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, not a problem, mate. Nice to know you're up and about and feeling yourself again. So yeah.
Skill mates. Also, Orange Club with me cup. Oh, Johnny Blythe's rubbing in the biscuit thing. He's got an Orange Club. Oh, I remember the club biscuits.
Oh, so it's like that with you as well now, is it?
The thick chocolate in that, and you just bite.
So I'm going to have to grass you up to Muse.
Oh, please, I just got through eating supper and I'm so full.
Yeah, well, I mean, I ate some what weren't Jaffa cakes, and I didn't tease Colin at all. I was very respectful. I nibbled away out of sight, so he didn't see me stuffing them in my face.
Dave might be trying to get your attention, Terry. Am I right, Dave?
But
Oh, sorry. I thought you was trying to get our attention, mate.
no, I'm looking up AC/DC trucks at the moment.
Oh, sorry,
Hey,
mate.
how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Len. You?
I'm doing good. And my friend John and my friend Vincent.
Hey, Lynn.
All right, Lynn.
Munchkin saying that the search party to look for Colin. Oh no, that's scale mates. Dave, I can see you right up your nose from here. Oh no, no.
Let me get the nose trimmer,
Yeah, head trimmer more like, but yeah.
the weed eater.
Flatten your
He's
nose.
been a bully all night, Lynn. He really has. And, you know, when Muse asks you whether he was picking on me, I'm sure you'll stick up for me, mate, because he's been a bully all night.
Who, Terry?
Behaviour.
Or
Yeah, he's been picking on me.
I've not been on my best
With
behaviour.
pancakes.
quit picking on Colin. I'm gonna come over there and sick sweetie on y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel sorry for Vincent because obviously, you know, he's yeah. Well, we were talking about Trump earlier on. I know you're a big fan of Trump, Lynn, aren't you?
I'm gonna stay out of this conversation.
She's broken your Daddy.
I don't like to talk politics because I just don't care.
Jace Idaho's got a proper question for Vincent. Are you making a full Age of Sigma army, Vincent?
Yep, that's the plan.
And what consists of a full army of Sigma? Because I kind of know what's in the Warhammer type thing, but is it like dragons and horses and...
It's quite similar in 40k in the sense that there's your grunts, you know, your squads of dudes like your evocators and whatnot, and then you get guys like this Lord Archon. Just
You're like a sergeant, or is he above that?
yeah, the leaders of the army, and yeah, it can be a dude in a Drake. It all depends on how big your army is, how many points you're looking for. I mean, you're not going to find a dude on a Drake in a 1,000 point army, obviously, but
Is that the starting point, 1,000-point army?
no, it's just an example. But yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah, you'll struggle to find a game under 1,000 points, I think.
Concentration on your face, yeah. Yeah, so you've kind of joined us at the tail end, Lynn. Colin needs to go and stretch his legs and get a cup of tea.
Right.
I need to get fed and stuff. So we're going to come off live. We've had a really good shot. It's almost 4 hours. We've been up. Been really good tonight. I'll need to check back in the stats, but I think we broke a record. We were into the high 40s all night. So it's we really appreciate all these things coming in.
I think it was 7 at one point, Terry.
Yeah. Love you all sharing all the work in the dungeon. Again, if you're not a member, please do join. Please share your work. Next Saturday, as long as Colin's feeling well enough, it'll be on his channel, and I'll try and appear this time. Yeah. My excuse was I had a migraine and I went for a lie down, and I woke up the next day.
Yeah, right.
2 days later.
Well, yeah. So poor Colin had to do it all.
Work next weekend.
But he did a cracking job. And what the fuck are doing there? He's making me signals.
I was the world's smallest violin, mate.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So no doubt you'll hear about my escapades from the gym because we'll all be digging me and ripping me.
We wouldn't do that to you. No.
Johnny's saying we hit 48.
Speak for yourself.
Now, what's that saying, Colin? You can't take the piss out of shit.
Apparently, you can't polish a turd either.
Like that, is it? Right.
I'm just getting my own back. I've just been doing my research.
You're not as good as that as Colin is. Colin, go give me a research.
It's all about the research.
Colin does John better than John does John. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally it's one of these, isn't it? It's all about the research.
Vamp's going, okay, guys, good show again. As always, Colin, take your Facebook messages. Nigel's going, night all, thanks for your time. Colin's going, okay, guys, good to see you all again. Yes, Idaho's going, thanks, everyone. Next weekend, Colin's channel, same time. Let's see if we can hit the 50. So get your mates and your neighbours and all the rest in. Get posting on the dungeon. And yeah, happy modelling. And thanks all for joining. So it's good night from me.
And for me.
Night from me.
Night,
And-
guys.
The late one.
And night from me.
It's like an episode of the Waltons, isn't it? Night. Oh, Jim Bob.
Night, Mar.
Mom.